to the Tip Off Podcast with myself, James.
And myself, Luke.
And today, basically, we're starting a new podcast out. We just thought we'd give it a go. We're really massive fans of all the podcast sort of stuff. And yeah, sort of give it a go. So I think we should probably start off by introducing ourselves a little bit.
Yeah. Well, so as James said, both massive fans of podcasts. I literally spend all day at work doing nothing but listening to True Geordie, Joe Rogan, Joe Weller, all of them. Honestly, everything. So yeah, it's just something that we've been thinking about for a while, and we just thought, fuck it.
Let's do it.
Are we allowed to swear? Are we going to swear?
We're allowed to swear.
Oh, sick.
We're allowed to swear. Hopefully, we don't get demonetised.
We can have so much
We
traction.
still make a shitload of money. No, but yeah. So if you don't know who we are, chances are you probably don't. I'm James. I'm a massive fan of the Ricky Gervais podcast, as you probably know, Luke. And that sort of inspired me to do podcasts. But I also do watch a lot of YouTube and podcasts.
Yeah. To be fair, I like Ricky Gervais as well. I do find it funny. It's just you've watched it every episode about 10 times.
I'm in all these Facebook groups and stuff. And it's when because I know one of our mates, Dom. I'm in all these Ricky Gervais because I'm absolutely obsessed with those podcasts and stuff. And I'm in these groups, and I thought they were private, so I kept sharing all these stuff in these groups.
Yeah.
Didn't realise it was going on the
honestly, so you're
news
scrolling
feed
through
stuff.
Facebook and you see you doing
and then everyone's because it's all very weird inside jokes almost that you wouldn't get at all.
You
if
just
you
do
weren't.
so many Carlisms.
Yeah.
So you just comment something "Don't talk shite all your life," and then expect no one to see it, and then everyone's
all my friends are "What are you talking about?
What are you doing?" Yeah.
And it's only until he told me I was like, "Oh shit, is that actually shared online?"
Yeah, I remember we used to just go out and be like, "You see that thing James posted again? Like, what one this time? You big round-headed buffoon!" Or something. It's
but
out
yeah,
of nowhere.
So Luke, tell us a little bit about yourself. What are you up to these days?
Right, well, not really much, to be honest. Just sort of...
You work?
Yeah, just working. So I do digital marketing, which makes me sound really smart, but I'm not. So digital marketing, graphic design, all that sort of stuff. So I do web design for a company, do all the Google search engine stuff.
You're a
emails.
mad coder. Can you make websites? That's what you do?
No, I can't do coding.
You can't code?
Nah, I'm not in the Matrix, no. I know a little bit. I know rough bits, but we've got someone else. Basically, I do all the designy, creative, fancy stuff for it, and then we have this other guy that makes it look right. So I can make all the parts, and I'll send him and say, I want this Photoshop of a website, say, right, I want this banner here.
Do you the graphic design sort of thing?
Yeah, so I just send him over what I want it to look like, and he just does the code where it is.
Exactly.
I say I know rough bits, but not enough to do a whole website from scratch.
Fair enough.
Hobbies.
I know one of your hobbies.
What would that be, James?
Wanking.
It's chronic. It's really bad.
No, but what I would say gaming.
Yeah, well, obviously gaming.
Which are a massive I mean, we've been gaming for I can't even remember back to when.
Honestly, literally forever. I remember being in primary school, coming home and just playing things what was it called? That little bean-looking guy, and you just jump across Rayman.
I was actually talking to a mate the other day, and remember on a weekend you went to bed on a Friday night and you woke up really early in the morning on Saturday when all your family was asleep, and you'd switch on your Xbox and you'd just be like, this is life, and it's still quite dark outside and stuff.
Yeah,
it was just that was the life.
I don't know if I've told you this. This is probably one of the saddest things. So you're gonna bully me for the rest of my life. I used to purposely wake up early.
No, honestly, yeah.
No, weekdays before school, so I could wake up because because this was before you had Xbox. You played games, but you didn't have Xbox Live, so nothing
PlayStations
online.
and stuff. Yeah, so
yeah.
You didn't have online.
So I was the only one who in our group that had online, and then so yeah, I used to wake up purposely early, 5 in the morning, so I could go online and play with my friends from America.
Because they'd still be on.
So I could play World at War Zombies with them. So I used to just get up and I'd be whispering down the mic so Mum and Dad didn't hear me. And that was it. And then it was they found me just at 4 in the morning once, going, come on, open the door, and start screaming because I died or whatever stupid.
But that's why it was so good, because you literally try and play it whenever you could.
Yeah, it's completely changed now. I still really enjoy it. The new COD that's come out. You don't really play it much, do you?
No, I'm sort of I've always been a massive console player, I think, and now I'm slowly going into PC, which is it's different. But it's quite nice because it's like a learning curve as well.
Yeah, I prefer playing on PC, but I'm just things like COD. I just don't think are right for PC. It sounds really weird, but whenever I've tried to play it, it's just something. It's just the games I think about when you play PC, like DayZ, Counter Strike.
It's all like this.
So it's like completely. It's not like as fast paced and.
It's more tactical, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know. I think console is much more like casual gaming.
Yeah, it's more. It's just
anyway.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. PC, you got to be sat upright, and you're like, you got your everything there.
Everything.
Whereas the console, you just got your control. You can be leaning back. You can be sat in bed or whatever playing. The screen the other side of the room. It's not the same.
So like when I'm playing Xbox, I always have a podcast on because it's just like
something on in the
like
back.
a day off. I've got always something. But like if I'm playing PC, it's normally like you'll actually focus on it.
Yeah,
on
PC. You're on Discord. You're doing all sorts, calling out. Your call outs.
Exactly.
So you've been getting into DayZ, haven't you?
DayZ's good. DayZ's very good.
So I used to play the really old school Arma 2 mod.
I know there was a mod for it, wasn't there? But...
Yeah, Arma 2 mod was like the first sort of thing that came out. So this guy made Arma 2 and they started doing like Battle Royale stuff. That's where the first Battle Royale came out.
Do you know DayZ the mod?
Yeah.
So was DayZ a game before that, or was that...
No.
So they made it into a game?
Yeah, so basically Arma 2, you played Arma 3, haven't you?
Yeah.
So that game, it was just a massive open world military simulator sort of thing. And let's say someone started modding it and he made the first version of Battle Royale stuff.
Yeah.
Made that, and that was like the first thing that happened. It's the guy that made PubG.
Same guy?
All that, yeah, same guy.
Same people.
And then they opened up the game to just let anyone do whatever they want, mod-wise. So, you could, like, the start of, you played Grand Theft Arma or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, real life, role play
like
sort of
modded
stuff.
No?
Yeah, so that all started coming in, and then someone just made a mod where there were zombies in the map. So it started where it's just open world military, but there's zombies around, and then it just slowly evolved and became DayZ mod. And that's why it was called it, because it wasn't an actual game.
I think I did play it for a little bit, the Arma 2, but I just could never get into it. I think because I was actually running on like a tiny little laptop.
Basically on your laptop, yeah.
Yeah, and it's just lagging and stuff.
Yeah, so that's where it all started. That's why it was called the mod, because it was never made... No one ever sat down and thought, right, I've got an idea for a game. It's going to be, you're on your own walking around, picking up guns and whatever. It was just some guy modded it, and it got so much traction. Now there's what you play as a standalone.
It's
that
kind
was
of
called
mad.
DayZ standalone?
Yeah, it's kind of mad how they both... Obviously talking about like Arma as well. They're both very similar. Very similar games. But obviously that will be the case because it was a modded version of it to start with. So
yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, it follows the same sort of thing, doesn't it? Like I say, you play Grand Theft Arma, whatever it is.
Yeah, so that's like a server. It's like a role play server.
Yeah.
Arma.
So, well, you say a bit about it because I tried to play it, but I can't get into it properly.
So anyone that hasn't played Arma before, it's like a military like simulator game almost.
Yeah.
Like it's quite realistic, I'd say.
It's known as like the most realistic military simulator.
Yeah.
Between that and there's another game called Squad or something. I've never played it.
Squad
but
be good.
I've never played it, but I've just heard people saying that's
like a mix between Arma and DayZ. You can like build and stuff. So like Arma, you got like different servers and stuff, and the one I play is like a really well, I don't really play it anymore, but it's like a role play server. So you like go around, like there's like police on it and stuff, and there's like factions. But it's good. It's like if you've got mates to play with it, like I tried to get you into it, but you couldn't get into it. Really.
I couldn't get into it. It's just too slow paced. I liked
when you're going from COD to that.
No, but I like all those sort of games. But what it was is like I said, I used to play the DayZ mod so much, and then I thought it'd be like that. So you're sort of going around house to house searching, trying to find guns on the floor and whatever. But it was when you have to go around, you have to do these raids, you join gangs.
It is a lot of effort.
You have to capture some strong point, whatever it is.
It's a lot of effort to do.
And it's just not...
It's hard to get into. I think you have to play like almost like 100 or 200 hours to actually just get in, starting to play it.
Yeah, well, it's not the effort side of it either. It's just the whole thing. Like I thought you'd be able to go around, and the whole idea is you like scavenging, trying to find stuff. And it's basically the more you go around, you get in these buildings, and just the time you spend on the server, the better. But like the fact that you had to grind out these, what are they called?
Like power plants and all that.
Like missions or whatever it is.
And then you can get shot, and it's
And
like,
then you
and
get-
then you're back to the start again.
Yeah.
Whereas like someone DayZ, you can start building a base. You can like store all your stuff.
Yeah.
You can like,
It's just the fact that you have to do these missions to get the guns, but then you can't do half the missions if you don't have good enough guns. So it's like, unless you've got friends that's going to give you loads of stuff.
Yeah.
But then, especially when you've never done it before, it's like it's just no slow ease into it.
Exactly.
So, I mean, like I said, I don't mind it, but
I think you're more of a COD guy.
yeah, at the moment,
You've
definitely.
been playing COD for like 10 years.
Yeah.
The thing is, that's weird
How old
as
was
well, is you're always into like the not Treyarch games. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
so Infinity Ward's always my favourite.
So I'm the
favourite
complete
CODs.
opposite. But I think that's because I started on Black Ops 1.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, it is, I don't know if it is like a massive amount, but I think it is a lot to do with what COD you start on. Because you just get used to it, don't you?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. First COD I started on was, first thing I ever got was World at War, which is obviously Treyarch, but I didn't have online.
No.
So
It's different, isn't
that's why I love zombies. So Treyarch games, I'll play them loads, but I won't play online much.
You play the zombies, yeah.
Zombies. I love that. But then the first game I played online was COD 4. And
Is that Infinity Ward?
yeah, it's the first Modern Warfare. And I remember every time I used to come around here, every time I just try and get you to play it, I just bring it round and come on, put it in. But yeah, so that's the first one I played on. Got good at that. Never got things like Black Ops, didn't have that.
Yeah, Black Ops was like my game, I think. Black Ops 1, right? Like, because I wasn't allowed Call of Duties until I was like 15, 16.
Yeah.
So I just like go around like mate's house and stuff. Do you remember that time we went around that guy's house and there was like 4 or 5 of us. We just all like played all. Remember Harry Hatcher? Don't remember that.
Harry Hatcher.
Did you come? Oh, it might not have been you.
No,
actually.
I wasn't around. I haven't been Harry Hatcher. So.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. I think it was like me.
I haven't seen him in a while.
I know, yeah, but yeah, it was fucking good times.
Yeah. I always think that, like, whenever we always try and do it again,
We always
like,
try and replicate. Like we were talking about, we used to do a lot of like pennyboarding back in the day as well.
Oh, that was sick.
And we were like, oh, we need to do that again. But if we did it now,
It wouldn't be the
like
same.
this was like 5 years ago, we used to like go around, just like skateboarding around town and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, so you had a penny board, I had a longboard or a skateboard, or I sort of went on everything. I just couldn't.
There was like
couldn't ride
4,
penny
sometimes
board.
5, 6 of us.
Yeah,
We made like a full-on YouTube channel and stuff as well.
it was amazing.
It was just so fun.
Don't diss Penny 5.
But if you went back to it now and tried to do it again, it would never be the same. So it's just
No,
like
exactly.
one of them things you do, and it's just you don't even realise it's like that good at the time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're doing it at the time. It's like with anything. If you try and recreate it, it just won't be the same. So, like back again about like COD and stuff.
Yeah.
Where
Like when we used to
when we
sweat it
first
and did, like,
got into it,
Major
like,
League
mad.
games, like we used to be on like all the websites and stuff, and did like
Yeah.
had, like clans and stuff.
Yeah, so when we first got mad into it, I'd say was Black Ops 2.
Mm.
That's when we like
And then it went
started
to like
clan
COD
and
Ghosts,
everything.
didn't it?
Yeah, and we used to sit and play League play for hours. We'd be
You
up
just
till
didn't get
like
bored.
we'd be up for like 2-3 in the morning,
Yeah.
and we'd only come off because our eyes were like
Yeah.
aching.
You just didn't get bored of the game. Whereas
No,
now I feel like you play the game for like, even if you play it for like 3 or 4 hours, you still get bored after a while. Do you know what I mean? Even if you're really enjoying it, it's kind of like, oh, let's do something else now.
Yeah. Like I say, it's just after a while you get sort of bored of it.
So I find myself playing a lot more different games now, more than one game, because like I say, you just get bored of it
Yeah.
more than you would. But I don't know if that's the same with you or not.
No. Yeah. I sort of switch from game to game, so. I've been
play,
playing
like,
loads
FIFA
of
as
COD
well,
at the
don't you?
moment just because I'm absolutely loving the new one. But like I say, I'll play COD in the morning and then I'll be like. Whereas before I just play I wake up till I go to bed. I'll just play COD as the only game all day.
You
But
wouldn't
then,
even think about playing like you're playing it a lot.
no, it's just you look at the
Just
clock and
playing
go,
it.
Jesus, I've been here for however long.
Mm.
But
Do you think that's just like growing up though in general? Do you think people still do that now? Like 13-year-olds now? Do you think like say take like Fortnite or
Yeah.
something? Maybe that's
Yeah.
just like part of
I think so. Like look at right. So we're going on a skiing holiday, and
complete switch of topic.
yeah, I mean complete switch, but it'll link in.
Yeah.
Yesterday, when we went round and we were like finishing booking it all, and we're sat there like sorting out ski hire, all that sort of stuff, and then the guy's house we were around, his little brother was sat there, and he didn't want to get out of the room, and he was just sat there the whole time playing game after game after game.
But he didn't like. He wasn't thinking about playing.
No, he was just
kind of
doing
difficult to say, but he was just sort of doing it.
And yeah,
I think now you think about how much you're playing because you could be doing something else as well.
Yeah, I have it occasionally. Like some days I'll be playing. I'll go, shit, hey, look.
Yeah, definitely. Still the same.
But like it used to be every day. But like I say, normally I can go from. I'll play COD for a bit, and I'm right bored of this. I'll play UFC, and then bored of that, I'll play a bit of Skate.
Exactly.
I find Skate's the only game that I sort of play all the time without getting bored.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to do on it, isn't there? But I don't know. I think that's just like growing up. At the end of the day.
Yeah, I think you get older and you just think I've got better things.
When you got like work and stuff, you start to realise you can do it. You start to realise there's more that you can do than just playing games as well. But don't get me wrong, I still really enjoy doing that and just having like downtime and stuff. Yeah, like, I can still like sit on my computer for like 6-7 hours at one time. Yeah, like if I did want to. But yeah, I don't know.
So I could still do it, but it's like I said, I think it's just part of growing up. It's just like you got older and you go. To be fair, you got better things we can do.
Yeah,
like
but don't get me wrong, I still enjoy it. Yeah, get drunk. Yeah. Oh, that takes me on to a topic actually that I want to talk about today.
Oh shit! What?
Just what we experienced coming here.
Oh,
it's not. Right. It's not quite. It's not alcohol.
Right. It's not alcohol, but it's an age-related thing. This.
So So I just went to pick Luke up. We were like, okay, I'll come pick you up. Let's do this podcast thing. And on the way back, we were like, should we go to? We went to Morrison's actually.
Morrison's, get the snacks in.
Other supermarkets are available, but we're like, oh, we should go get some drinks and stuff and some snacks and stuff.
So I walk in, and bear in mind, I mean, with no point in standing up, you won't be able to see us. I'm about 5'6", 5'7" on a good day. You're about 6 foot.
Yeah, but even so, that doesn't really matter too much.
But you're taller. I think you look older. The only thing that makes me...
I've got a bit of a baby face, though.
I think I do as well. I think the only thing you could say that might sway that I look older is because I got tattoos. But
yeah, exactly.
But either way, like I went in, I bought a 6-pack of the cheapest energy drinks you can find. Got this, and she ID'd me for them. And if you're viewing this outside the UK, I don't know if anyone will, there's a new rule going on in the UK where you have to be 16 to buy an energy drink. Mm-hmm. We're both 20. That means they thought that
they thought if we get ID'd, we're basically 15.
That means
if
they
you're
think
16,
we're 15.
you won't be ID'd.
Yeah.
So you got ID'd.
So I got ID'd, and I did poke a bit of fun at the woman because I was just like, it's an energy drink. Yeah. If I was buying a bottle of vodka, fair enough. But I'm not. Yeah. I'm buying something.
It's an energy drink. What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, exactly. You might, like I say, you're gonna have some kid who gets a bit too hyper and he might run around a field too many times. No.
And the fact that you were buying 6.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna neck all them in one go, fair enough. That could be like quite dangerous. But I was buying 1.
It just made me laugh. I bought 6. I poked a bit of fun. She was like, "Oh, have you got ID? I hope you have because it's really important." And I was like, "Yeah, fine. I've got ID for these really dangerous energy drinks that are going to cause so much harm." And then she was like, "Oh, well, they could do if they fall into the wrong hands." What does that mean? If they fall into what?
It's just stupid, isn't it?
Like, and then she turned to you and said, "Have you got ID?"
I was like, well, I heard her saying to you, "Have you got ID?" And I was like, so I luckily had like a photo of my passport on my phone.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll just use that. I'll show her because it has actually worked before. And then I showed her it. She came over. She was like, "Have you got ID?" I was like, "Look, I've got my phone here.
Yeah.
Passport on it." She was like, "Sorry, can't take that. Can't accept it and stuff." And I was just like, I'm like 21 in like 8 months' time.
Yeah, he's 21 this year.
Like, it's just annoying that someone. And fair enough, she's like trying to do a job, and I kind of can see where she's coming from. But it's just like almost gone too far now.
Yeah, she's only doing a job, so like I'm the same. It makes you feel like getting arsey with them, being like, "Come on."
Well, like, I kind of almost, and you know me, I get like a bit pissed off with that sort of stuff.
Yeah, so
you could probably see me getting like.
Yeah, I could see it slightly
because I was just like,
it's just sort of like laughed it off.
But then you kind of have to think it's not her fault at the end of the day.
You got to separate her out. Yeah, it's probably like policy or whatever. They just have to ID everyone, but. What made me laugh most is she went, "Has your friend got... I hope you've got your ID like your friend."
She knew we were together.
So she knew we were together. So she wouldn't let you buy 1 energy drink because you've not got ID. But I bought 6.
Yeah.
So she seriously thinks that I'm buying 6.
For yourself.
And if you're not allowed to get 1, then I'm not going to give you 1.
Exactly. So I could have literally passed mine over to you.
Yeah.
And you buy it. and then it'll be fine.
And it's like, yeah,
that's basically what she's done.
It's just stupid. I don't get it. It's just gone. It's just like, what is? Like, I get it. Like I say, I get it with alcohol because that's dangerous. If you're buying a whole bottle of vodka, and you don't have ID, and if you're genuinely concerned that they're not old enough, then like we were idiots when we first started drinking. We buy a bottle of vodka.
Well, we got someone to buy it for us, didn't we?
Yeah, but we'd get it and we'd not know what it's like. Down a whole bottle each and be dying.
Yeah. You just don't know where your limits are. But the fact that with this, going back to the energy drink thing, is we just drove off. I was like, oh, it's a bit annoying and stuff. And then we went to the garage, which is probably 30-second walk away from, and it's Morrison's garage as well. So it's Morrison's like supermarket, and then went to the garage. I was like, let me just try in there and see if I can get it. And I come back out and I've got an energy drink in my hand and a packet of Pringles. So it's like it's just so ironic how you get ID'd in like the supermarket, but you go to the garage and it's just like absolutely fine.
Yeah,
so stupid.
So something funny happened to me as well. I don't know if you were out on this night. Yeah. We went out and I went into Sainsbury's just to buy like a couple beers or something because it was when it was like really good weather. So we were all down at the Rec having a laugh. Mm-hmm. Rec's like the local park for us. And we're all having a laugh, and I was like, right, let's just go and buy some. Like I bought like a 6-pack of Peroni or something like that, and then I went over, scanned it on this till, and the guy came and ID'd me. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. But yeah, there you go. Yeah. And then that till wasn't working, so I was like, oh, I'll go to this other one. Moved over to the other one, and he came up to me again and said, "Can I have your ID?"
What, even after you showed him your ID?
The same guy.
The first time.
The same guy. Literally 10 seconds later, and I just went. I laughed and went, yeah, good one. Because I thought he'd just take a thing. He goes, no, seriously, you need to give me your ID. I'm like, are you what? And I sort of like looked around and I was like, you just seen it.
Yeah, you just seen my
You literally just gave me the all clear. It's just the button wasn't working to click finish and pay. You know what he said?
What?
There's a different security camera for this till. So he does it for security cameras, even though...
Even though they've got like probably CCTV throughout the whole store.
They've got the whole store. He says there's different one for each till. So that means if then he does get questioned about it, he can say, well, here's the other till where I did ID him.
Yeah.
And you're not going to get questioned. It's just...
I think especially in this country as well, like all this like legislation and stuff has gone way too far.
It's gone way too far, yeah. But it makes me think, what's it like in America?
What do you mean?
Like...
What was 21 drinking age and stuff?
21 drinking age. Like, I don't know if it's different because... this kind of makes me proud in a bad way. United Kingdom have got the highest binge drink rate, and
can't complain.
And like the most like alcoholics or something crazy like this. And I'm like, if that doesn't represent Britain, I don't know what does. Yeah. It's like British culture is just, and it's just going out and having a pint.
Yeah.
Like for no reason. Like Reese, my brother, he lives in London. Yeah. Or he's got mates from one of his mates from he's Armenian. And then
Armenian?
Yeah. One's Armenian, one's Swedish. I don't know where it is.
Armenian.
I don't know what country it is.
What is that? What's Armenian?
Armenian. It's like if you're.
Yeah, no, but what Swedish. Country is that?
Armenia.
Is that a country?
Is it?
I've never heard. No, it's got to be. Do you know what I mean? Armenian. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have a look now. So yeah, he's got an Armenian friend, Swedish friend, and Polish friend, or whatever. Armenians, Highlands of West. Armenia, population of Armenia in Western Asia.
Oh, that's sick! I didn't know that was a place.
Yeah.
Apologies.
There you go.
For my lack of geography skills.
Yeah, so he's got these people from all over the place, and when they first sort of met, they'd known each other for a while because they went to uni together. They first sort of met and they went out for like lunch, and they all had burgers, whatever, and they all had like pint of Coke, pint of lemonade, water, and then they looked at my brother like he was gone out when he ordered a pint, and they're like, "You're having a pint?" You're like, yeah, lunchtime pint. Yeah, they were like, You're drinking before 5 o'clock. They found it really weird that someone would drink before 5 o'clock.
I suppose it's the culture, isn't it?
They thought that, like, to them, it was like
a sin to do it. Yeah.
No one drinks. Like it was like 12 o'clock. No one drinks then.
But you see people in like Wetherspoons at like 9 o'clock in the morning having like a glass of wine and stuff.
Oh, it was like,
especially in airports as well.
Exactly.
But I suppose if you're going on holiday, it's kind of like.
Yeah, but then when so I always do it. Every time you go on holiday, you've got to have the. Yeah. You just got to have the pint.
That's the plan.
Doesn't matter what time your flight is, you have a pint in the spoons at the airport. So I've had pints at like 2 in the morning when I've woken up.
It just knocks you back to sleep though.
Yeah, but it's good because it knocks you asleep. Sleep on the plane,
Yeah.
great. But they just thought he was gone out for drinking then. But what I'm sort of saying is, in America, because it's got a higher drinking age, is it like
More strict than
Is
here.
it just like kids don't want to drink until they're older? Because here we started drinking.
15, 16 maybe. Would you say?
I'd say yeah, 15, 16 was when
That
we
sort of
first
age.
started going for like drinking properly. Like before that, you'd have beers and bit of whatever. But
Yeah,
going
like
to
properly
house parties and
Yeah.
drinking a lot.
drinking quite heavily.
15, 16 was when we first started. In America, is it the same age, or do they get to like 18 and they think, oh, I want to start drinking?
Yeah, because they think, oh, it's only 3 years to go when
Yeah.
they're 18. Whereas here it's like, oh, it's 3 years to go till I'm 18.
Yeah.
So,
And it's just, I just think, I mean, I don't know about you, but by the time I got to 18, I was kind of bored of drinking.
yeah. Yeah, no,
I was like, yeah, it's not
definitely
that
don't want to
amazing,
drink as much, especially go out as much as I would have wanted to back in the day as well. What? No, I'm not joking.
Oh no! I thought you were saying about not drinking as much on nights out. I was like, that is a lie. The stage you
No,
got.
still drink it as much on a night out, but the amount of times you do it throughout like a month, say, I definitely don't do it as much as I used
Yeah,
to, like,
I remember
100%.
when we first were saying about it, we'd be like, oh yeah, we'll go out on the Friday night, and then we'll get back, and then I'll stay at yours, and we'll go out on a Saturday,
Yeah.
and we'll be clubbing all night.
Yeah.
And we've done it before, but then you get to the Monday, and we're dying, and I was like, I feel like I'm old. This is what old people feel like.
And like, I'm at uni, so it's kind of like in the culture to do that. But even though I'm at uni, it's still like not as much as we used to do it. Maybe it's because I think it's a thing as well of we did it before we were allowed to do it, so we sort of tried to do it as much as possible. Whereas now we're allowed to do it, it's kind of like the novelty's sort of worn off a little bit.
Yeah, there's something about doing something when you know you're not meant to.
Yeah.
That makes it feel so good.
Yeah.
So like I was saying earlier about Xbox, there was something about being up really early with your parents not knowing, and you're like, oh, being sneaky.
Yeah, definitely.
Or like going out drinking, you say, like I told my mum so many times that we're just going out to the park, or we're just going out to play football.
You end up in like a house party,
and then
being sick on the floor.
Well, yeah, we're just at a house. Or yeah, well that's what it was. It was one of Ben's first parties, the one that I went to. I don't know if it was Ben's, someone else's, but I told Mum just going around to a friend's house, and then we're going to go out for a meal, and then come back, play a bit of Xbox.
What is Ben's house party?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I was going there to get absolutely destroyed. So
That was the plan.
it was just like if she had walked in, if there was a camera following me, it was like the second you get in, vodka, get in.
Yeah.
Because that's the go-to drink as well when you're young.
Well, because you don't. That's the problem though, because you don't know where your limits are.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's probably the cheapest thing you can drink when you're that age. You're like, oh, if you know someone who's 18, you'll be like, oh, go and get me a bottle of vodka.
Yeah, it's just the easiest
And
thing.
then you'll literally drink like so much of it in such a short space of time, and you'll just be fucked basically.
Yeah, I remember what it was for me. I don't know if it's the same for you. I'd go to a few parties and you'd have like, I don't know, say like just when you're drinking beer or whatever, I'd have like 4 or 5 bottles of Bud or Corona or whatever, and then you can tell you've had a drink, so you've got that, you know, you feel a bit tipsy, you're having a bit of a laugh, but you're nowhere near. That's not drunk at all. That's just
You know where you are.
I think most of that as well. I think that's a lot of about the occasion. I think of like the atmosphere that you're in sort of gives you that natural buzz. So
It definitely does. If you're around drunk people, I always find I feel much more drunk than I actually am.
Like when we've gone to pre-drinks before, we've not had a single drink, and I get in and already feel like I've had a couple. So I used to do that, and you'd have that sort of tipsy feeling. I thought as a kid that's what drunk is. So like when I first started drinking, I was like, oh, I'm drunk.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until I pushed myself,
Push the boat out.
pushed it, that I realised, that's not drunk. Yeah, so I went from having 4 or 5 beers, and then next time I went out, I'd have like 8 or 9, and then I'll be a bit more drunk, and then I'll be like, oh, so I thought that was drunk, this is drunk. Maybe if I think this is drunk, this is not. So then I'd have more.
Keep going out.
I'll basically keep topping up and going every
push
time.
The boat until it goes no further, basically.
Because I just always thought maybe I'm just not actually drunk. This isn't what drunk is.
Yeah.
So
you don't really know, do you?
No.
Until you've like fully experienced it.
You see drunk people like your family, and you know.
And if you've never been drunk before, it's kind of like, what actually is that?
Yeah, like I just thought that's like, you know, having a bit of a buzz. I thought that's what it was. and it wasn't until then you start drinking things instead of beer, you have vodka, and that's the killer because beer hits you more or less straight away. You know, you finish a pint, you know you've had a pint.
Yeah.
Whereas you finish like vodka Red Bull.
If you have like a few vodkas, it's kind of like this is alright.
You don't
and
feel
you
it,
click
and
your
then
fingers,
all of a sudden.
But it's too late to notice almost.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's what was so dangerous because we used to just do shots, and we'd have like a shot. I go, oh, didn't feel that. Then have another one. I go, oh, yeah, I don't really feel that either. And then, you know, you might leave it 5 minutes or so. Yeah, I'm still fine. So you go back and, well, I just had 2, so I'll have 3 more. Do 3 in them. I am alright. And then you keep going because you're not drunk at the time. And then you don't realise spirits come and hit you back later.
Exactly.
Like, it's like just longer time
it's
to
a learning curve. Learning curve.
So I think that's where we went wrong a lot. Like, that's the cause of most of our blackouts. And being sick in the street and having
Still happens though. Still happens.
Having our mum come and pick us up from a house party.
Oh, in a bad place, you know.
I've had the same.
We're gonna. Oh yeah, well, that was at mine though. I think we both had our fair share of blackouts. Let's just say that. Do you want to check that camera? Okay. Technical problem. We probably ran out of storage, won't I? Did it go off?
It just must have died, I don't know.
Are you on low power mode?
I don't know.
See if it happens again.
Sick, we're really professional.
What were we talking about? Sorry, I just interrupted you there.
Yeah, we
had
our
fair
share of blackouts. So I still think, I don't know which you would agree is worse, your 18th or Ellie's.
For you?
Which one would you think?
Well, I can't remember. Because I can remember you at my party, but I can't remember you at Ellie's.
I don't know if you were there. Maybe you were away.
Ellie's? No, because we did that like NWA thing, didn't we?
Yeah.
We dressed up as like NWA. Like, well, there was 5 white guys and 1 like black guy. You did.
Racist.
Very racist. And we all dressed up as like NWA, walking down the street with like fake guns and stuff. Which wasn't probably the best idea looking back on it.
Do you know what was mad?
What?
We were actually considering blackface.
I know we were.
We were like genuinely thinking,
so now is that racist to do that?
It depends in the context. So it is because you're
yeah,
but the thing is,
but you're not saying anything bad about
exactly. If you're doing it like why we would do it is because otherwise, if we weren't going to do it, and we didn't, but you would just look like, which we did. There's photos of us. We just look like white guys in baggy t-shirts.
Yeah, with like some gold chains on.
Where, what we want to do is properly get the fancy dress done.
Yeah, we would never do it to like do it like me and harm.
We want to do it just because we want it to look like it.
To look like it, yeah.
The difference is doing it for something like that, and then doing it, and then
like
going
doing
through
it for someone
racist remarks about it.
Yeah.
But everyone gets in trouble for it. Like, did you hear about, it was a while ago, he came back to get him kind of recently, Robert Downey Jr. in a film Tropic Thunder.
Well, you blackface.
Yeah. Have you seen the photos?
No.
Right, let me get photos.
Let me see these. I mean it's not racist anyway, but let's have a look at this. Very good quick PC Luke's got here. State of the art.
Suck your mum. It's cool, look at all these stickers.
I'm not to see that, to be fair. Right, we'll put a photo on screen now of what we're looking at basically.
Is that him? No, where is it? Robert Downey Jr. That is him, that's him.
So he's a white guy, because I don't know what he looks like.
Robert Downey Jr., the guy who plays Iron Man.
Oh yeah. Oh really?
Yeah. That's Iron Man.
So do you think then?
So he got in a lot of trouble for that. He's defended it, but what I think is he wasn't. Oh, actually, I haven't seen the film, but he wasn't doing it in a racist way.
It's an artistic thing.
Yeah.
So you can't say just if someone plays like a man in a woman, someone who's a man plays a woman role. Okay, it's not exactly the same thing, but it's still.
Pantomimes.
Yeah, exactly. Is
that
that
transphobic?
Not trans. Would it be transphobic?
Well, if it's a guy playing as a girl, some people might go, oh well, you're taking the mick out of it because
you're taking
I'm
the
a
mick
guy and I actually want to be a girl or whatever.
Yeah.
It's the same
thing,
idea.
It's not It's not the same. Might not be the same. Like
it's got the same sort of principles that
Yeah.
you're offending someone for doing. Thing is, nowadays you offend someone by sneezing.
Yeah.
Because you might
And
have
you offend-
coronavirus.
say we say something on this podcast in like 10 years time, we could have already said something now that's not offensive that in 10 years time could be. It's like that's why it's so bad for like comedians and stuff, because you've already said something offensive before it is offensive.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
exactly.
mean? Because
This
people
film
have gone
came
so
out
far,
in 2008 and no one had a problem with it.
and now it's come up again.
And now it's come up.
Mm.
And it's just...
And it's always the people that aren't what they're talking about make the issue. Do you know what I mean? Say
someone else getting offended over someone else's issue. So it could be a white guy getting offended over blackface because that's offensive to black. But
then
it doesn't affect you.
Yeah.
So if...
So why are you getting involved in it?
Yeah, so you might think, oh, that's a bit on the edge, fair enough, but then you putting words in someone else's mouth, because what's to say that other people aren't like, you know what, he's a great character.
As a good actor, and you can see why they did it.
But the line where I say there's an issue is if he was doing all this blackface and then starts playing on like stereotypes.
Exactly.
I've not seen the film, so I don't know if he does. But if you've done that and you're going around, doing purposeful stuff, so
have you seen the film?
No. But I don't know if he does or doesn't. But that's where I think there'd be an issue if you do that and then you're going around and like stereotypes being speaking in a certain way, drugs, gangs, all this
slavery,
sort of
even like bringing it back to that, like,
all this sort of stuff.
Stuff like that, it's.
That's where I'd have an issue if you're blackfacing and then playing on that, because you're taking the piss.
But they blackface to. Yeah, like I said before, they've got artistic license to do that, and they're almost trying to portray a character. So yeah, if they use like blackface to do that, then fair enough. Do you know what I mean?
From what I know, this is a big budget war movie.
But it is sort of one of them topics that's like on the edge a little bit, and you have to be careful how you do it and how you.
And even how
like,
you talk. We're going to have offended some people.
Oh yeah, of course we are.
Some people are going to listen to
these
this
things
and
have to be talked about anyway.
Yeah.
But do you think, like something like, I know this is completely different again, but you know when like Top Gear had that like number plate?
See,
why don't like the production team think about these things before? Do you think it's just something that passes them by? Like surely if you're going to blackface someone in a film, surely that's had to be thought about and talked about before.
It was completely talked about. I remember he was on Joe Rogan's podcast. I listened to it the other day. He said at first he wasn't going to do it. He spoke to his wife and said, I don't know, it's kind of on the edge. I don't know if you should or shouldn't. They got the script and he took it just because he loved the script. So it's just he loved the idea of the whole film so much. It outweighed that sort of negative idea.
Exactly.
Try to get what
and
that
you shouldn't censor stuff just because some people get offended by it as well. I think as well.
No, because that's what annoys me.
Because
that
is why. Oh, go on. You
I was going to say people watching this are going to get offended, but then if no one speaks about it, how are you ever going to?
Everyone's just going to be on the same line, aren't they? No one's going to be different.
So if we just sit here and just don't say anything, well, what's that going to do? So
if we agree with everyone else,
yeah,
you'll never be able to like have arguments with people. No one will ever be able to have.
We're just going to live our life just conforming to what everyone else thinks we should do.
Exactly, and I don't think that's right. I can see sometimes where people's arguments are like equal pay and things like that. That's just common sense at the end of the day. But
yes, I don't know enough about this, but from what I know, isn't equal pay a thing?
It is coming into thing now because there was like I know like anchormen and anchorwomen like news readers.
Yes.
There was something that some guy was getting paid like almost double what some woman was getting paid for the exact same job, and like obviously
I know it used to be, but people are still going on about it now, and I might be completely wrong and just chatting shit. I don't know, but from what I know, it is equal now.
Yeah.
So.
But it's definitely. I think it is more equal now because people aren't talking about it so much. But is that because they're talking about other stuff now, like climate change and like transgender and all these
What annoys me actually as well about like feminism stuff, so like equal pay and that, is they're taking it so far now that if they keep going at the rate they're going, then eventually there's going to be a thing called manonism.
Yeah, where it's actually
a male version of feminism, because it's flipped that much. Because
now women are getting more.
are now so oppressed, and we can't, like, you can't say, oh, she's a good-looking girl, or you can't compliment someone or hold, like, I saw something this morning in Britain. Someone held a door open for someone, and the girl went off mad. You know, oh, do you not think I'm good enough to open a door?
Yeah, so
no, that's just being polite.
Yeah.
I'd hold the door open for anyone. You're just the person that happens to be
People
walking.
will look for anything to get attention now. And maybe that's like the media's fault as well. People
because we give these people time.
People want to be famous for just being famous' sake. You know what I mean? Like, even, again, taking it off subject a bit, but you know, like TikTok. Why would you want to be famous for being, at the end of the day, shit? Like, most of the stuff on TikTok is absolutely dog shite. There's no, like, skill with it, is there? Do you agree with me? And it just annoys me. Why would you want to be famous for being shit than not be famous at all? It's just ridiculous, and that sort of stuff annoys me. And like, I was scrolling through TikTok, and it's like a bit of like light-hearted entertainment, and some of the stuff is quite clever. Like, see some of the stuff on there, like, there's this one guy who like is like mad at editing. I've lost my train of thought. Yeah, he's like mad at editing, and I'm like, that's actually pretty sick. But you see some people on there, and it's got like millions and millions of views, and it's like, why is this a popular thing?
Some girl sat there going, if your name starts with C-L-U, then you're hot. Yeah, that's
and it sort of feeds their like ego a little bit as well.
Yeah.
And it makes them think, oh yeah, all these people like think I'm really good and I'm like skilled, but you haven't done anything like skillful. It's just
people now are just get famous for anything. They don't care what they do.
Exactly.
Have you seen the thing recently? Have you heard of the guy J Station?
Yeah.
Have you seen recently what's happened with it?
I haven't. No.
Right. So this literally came out a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
He made a series of YouTube videos where his girlfriend died. Right?
Oh, I heard about this. Yeah, he pretended that she died. Yeah.
So the first video was like him sat in his room fake crying. It was so obvious it was fake crying. And yeah, so he was saying all about this. And then in the video, throughout the whole time, he's going like, her life's goal was to reach 1 million subscribers on our second channel. It's like Jay and I can't remember what her name is. I don't know.
Imagine doing that though.
But it's his actual girlfriend.
Yeah.
His actual.
So but it's obviously set up though.
Yeah,
she's agreed to do this.
Yeah. Well,
I'd assume so.
You'd hope so. So he did that first video, and then the second video. What was it? I think the second video was again a similar sort of thing, just like going around, sort of talking about it in the middle of a video.
Yeah.
And then he made a video, speaking to my dead. I have to get the title up. It was like speaking to my dead girlfriends via Ouija board gone wrong, or calling my dead girlfriend at 3 a.m. He makes all these 3 a.m. shit videos, and he did that and pretended he was speaking to his dead girlfriend. Bear in mind, imagine if you're this girl's mum or dad, and you're seeing this and you don't know it's fake.
Yeah.
And
you haven't been told.
You haven't been told. If you think that's true, so I heard that apparently the his girlfriend's mum was calling him up, terrified, thinking her daughter had died. I had no idea. And then it came out anyways after all the backlash he got. Finally, because he's had so much backlash in the past, he's but this is the only time he's actually came out and like apologised. I guess. Kind of. He made a video saying he admitted that it was all fake. And he was going to do another video, and his last video he was going to do was resurrecting my dead girlfriend. And he was going to do a Ouija board, speak to her, and then resurrect her, and she turns up again.
That's awful.
And he's done this so many times. So
fake clickbaity stuff.
Yeah,
but with really bad stuff.
And he takes advantage of people who have actually died as well. So when Mac Miller died, it literally the day after.
Yeah, I've seen these.
Day after he was calling Mac Miller at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And then it's different. I can't remember what the kid's name was. This little kid.
Yeah, I think I know.
A video about Kobe.
Yeah, it was going round, and it was like really enthusiastic about it. It was like, Kobe Bryant is dead. I am so sorry, guys.
Yeah, I know.
Like really enthusiastic. I'm just
it's
like,
really sad, and Kobe has just died, and I can't believe it. Smash a like for a prayer for Kobe.
Yeah.
No.
It's just not
Stop
not
it.
what you do.
Stop taking advantage of it.
This is what I mean about people trying to be famous for being shit. it's the same thing. It's like you're just trying to do something to get views. It's just that it's not actually anything like special. Do you know what I mean?
No, exactly. It's nothing special. It's not taking skill.
Exactly.
And they don't care about the backlash because they get all these views and then they get the ad revenue from it.
Yeah. Well, I'll stop you there because I don't know what's going on here.
Action. Yeah, sorry about that. Technical difficulties, as the people say.
As people say.
Yeah, right. I have no idea where we left off.
But
as everything's shut down, we're getting it sorted. We got notifications through from BBC News about the latest in what's a suspected terrorist attack again in London.
Yeah, we thought it'd be sort of something to talk about. I know it's a bit morbid, but
it's a bit morbid, but it's literally just happened, so it's like
as we were
raw sort of
as we were sorting stuff out.
Thoughts, yeah. So it's from BBC News. The headline is Streatham, man shot by police after stabbings in London. A man has been shot by armed officers in a terrorist-related incident on South London, the Met Police said.
So this is not the first time, obviously, that there's been stabbings, let alone a terrorist attack.
In London as well. It is believed a number of people have been stabbed in the incident on Streatham High Road. Witnesses on social media said they heard 3 gunshots fired just after 14.
Jesus Christ.
So
obviously this is... Is this the second time there's been stabbings? Because I know I've lost count of how many actual.
Well, there's stabbings all the time in London, but terrorist stabbings. There was the one on the bridge not long ago, and I feel like there's that other one before that by
there was.
Parliament.
Yeah.
So all that it just seems to keep happening.
But how can you police that sort of thing?
Yeah, I don't know how you can police knives for a start, and how can you police terrorists?
We don't know much about what's happened now.
It's like literally fresh in now. This
as we speak, 10 minutes
ago? Well, yeah, it says here the full article was last updated 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously that's really sad. Thoughts go to all the families and stuff. Genuinely, it must be such a horrible thing.
It's just one of those things.
It's
how do you combat this?
More police on the streets. You can say that. But it will still happen, probably.
More police on the streets, it might stop it quicker, possibly, but it's still going to happen. And realistically, there's no way you can do it, because what you can do, you can't... knives as a start...
Especially in London, it's a massive...
Exactly, anyone in the UK, or even who knows about the UK, knows that our knife crime is ridiculous.
And it's getting worse as well.
It's getting worse, yeah. Everyone... Well, not everyone, but so many people carry knives with them here. So America, they have their guns, whatever, but knives, because we can't get guns, everyone just carries knives, machetes, all sorts.
The thing is, I heard someone say actually, if you carry a knife out with you, you're either going to stab someone or get stabbed, basically. At the end of the day,
a lot of kids say they do it for protection because they're so scared they think someone else is going to come at them. So
but then basically what you're doing is you're carrying a knife. In your mind, you're sort of thinking, I could potentially use this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. What that means...
So you're going out prepared to potentially, kill someone. Even if it is...
If you're taking it out and it's because you're scared about someone else, that means... You're scared that someone else might have a knife. That means you've got to be prepared to use that knife if anything happens. Yeah.
I think it's especially bad in London. Cause
London's awful.
And, all the big cities, not just London.
I was going to say, but London seems to be the worst.
Is that because of gang culture? Or what do you think that is? Is it just people...
I think it's gang culture started it, and then now it's just how rough some of the streets around there are. So, South London...
It's sad as well. And it obviously happens not just in the UK as well.
It happens all over the place, but obviously just this is happening now. So what I was getting to is it's so hard to police knife crime anyway, because how are you going to stop someone? If, for all you know now, I could have I've not got inside pockets, but if I could have a knife in my pocket, and there's no way you can tell I've got that unless everywhere you walk there's metal detectors.
Yeah.
Or if you're searching, everyone says about stop and search, but then you're going to get done for racism.
Yeah.
Or because how do you know who to stop? Stop and search, fair enough, but I can guarantee you, if we walk down the street, and they are doing some. If we walk down the street, neither of us would ever get stopped and searched.
Even if we had 5 knives on us, chances of us getting stopped compared to going back to like the racist thing.
Yeah.
Compared to someone who is like of colour, is probably a much higher like risk.
Exactly.
That's just a fact, you know.
Yeah.
So it's
true.
so hard to stop that for that reason.
Mm.
So knife crime is bad enough, and then terrorism, it's the same sort of thing. Is how do you stop it? Unless a lot of these people are already known by government.
Which most of them are.
Most of them,
to be honest with you.
You know, we were aware of.
But then
whatever.
you can't lock up someone just because you know they could do something. Do you know what I mean? Until they do something.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I think they should.
It's very vague when they say we have known on them.
Yeah,
what do you know about them?
Yeah.
Do you know that they are going to do something?
Yeah, you don't know if
they're organised with terrorist
a
groups.
lot of the time they say they know they've got relations, or they've found plans, or they've thought, I don't know, sort of all over the place. But again, the whole stop and search, or how do you know who's a terrorist or whatever? How are you gonna sit there and
it's not
decide
realistic.
who's a terrorist?
Yeah, it's not realistic. You can't stop every single person that walks past you and say,
But how do you
check
stop
your
them?
pockets, please?
Yeah, like, so that's the thing, I don't think about it when we're there, but after, like, I know my mum gets really stressed about it whenever we go, even when we go to Birmingham, because we're sort of around that area, we go there quite a lot. I walk around like nothing's there. We don't know. We could be walking down the street,
I bet
past
you
someone.
there is. 100% there is.
We could walk past someone, and then 10 minutes later, they're on the news because they've just gone and stabbed someone, or you walk past them, and most of these people, the fact it works and it gets that big is because they're so unsuspected. It's just another person walking down the street, and then all of a sudden, boom! This guy's pulled his knife out and started stabbing everyone.
Mm.
People walking past him, walk past him, and go, "Oh, he looks a bit terroristy."
Exactly.
Like,
it's just so hard to know what to do and like how to react in the future, because obviously it's happened again. This basically, is it London Bridge? They say.
No, this is Streatham High Road.
So it's basically the same thing though.
It's South London, but same idea. Yeah, it's on
And
the road.
I'm
Some
sure
guys. It doesn't
it's about
have
a month
exact.
after or 2 months after even, what happened. Basically the exact same story.
Yeah.
But yeah, like how do you?
They've combined the two things that are
Police
like almost impossible to police.
Yeah.
Like I say, there's no way you can stop people carrying knives. You'll catch a few, but you can't stop everyone because, like I say, everyone could have one, and they can't physically search everyone who's out.
Mm.
And then you can't, even if they're not known to the police, terrorist-wise, how are you going to accuse someone of being a terrorist?
Mm.
Is it just you go off a certain profile?
Yeah.
So then, again, you're getting done for the racial thing.
Racial stereotype.
So are you just going to stop any young Muslim kid
Exactly.
and say, and question him?
You can't.
Because you can't do
racist.
that. And it's not true either.
Yeah.
The amount of people that, obviously, currently that's the group that are sort of biggest now. So it's ISIS, Islamic State.
Well, yeah. But you can't just go then assume that every single person that could potentially be involved with that sort of thing
just because
like
of their
that,
religion
that's
or
just
look.
ridiculous.
Exactly. And that's why I always say, people say all terrorists are Muslims.
That's
or
just stupid.
whatever. That is ridiculous. Currently, most of them are, as in the most of the terrorists that there are in the world and terrorist attacks.
You mean
most
extremists?
Yeah, most of them are from that religion, or say they're from that religion. They're not, because
but like
all religions, at the end of the day, are peaceful. And it's just showing you how to live your life in a peaceful, caring way.
Exactly.
So there's nowhere, unless you go and completely twist the words of anything that says that you should go out and kill other people for not being part of your religion.
No, that's an extremist.
It's ridiculous. So at the moment, most attacks are happening by people that claim that they're Muslim. But just look back through the years. I mean, the KKK, they were a terrorist group. I mean, they might not be classed as the same sort of thing.
Like, saying that as well, what do you define terrorism as?
Causing terror to a big group based on your own beliefs. That's what let's have a look at the actual definition.
Because you could say terrorism's also like, you could have like online terrorism as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, as in, well, physical abuse is what personally I first think of.
Mm. Yeah, I suppose so. But then you've got all these like, say like in the US you've got like school shootings and stuff. Like that's terrorism, and that's by a lot of like these like sort of middle-aged white guys. Like not
exactly
again saying it's not always the case, but
I wouldn't have classed that as terrorism. That's just
surely it is though.
It's the same idea, yeah. Yeah, but to me, I wouldn't, like, if I saw that happen, I wouldn't say, oh, there's been a terrorist attack, there's been a school shooting. I'd just say there's a nutter with a gun.
Well, it's
Like,
true as well.
that's what, well, yeah, it's
Maybe
true.
it's just like, again, that's like a stereotype almost.
Yeah, definitely.
Saying something's terrorism because of
But
who the person is that's done it.
yeah,
I don't know.
But, so what I was trying to say is everyone's saying this racist card and saying, as we're saying, you can't just stop a bunch of people from a certain religion or race just because you think of it. But look through history, you had the IRA in Ireland. They're all white Irish guys. You had the KKK in South America mainly. They're all just crazy, devout Christians. You've had all these other terrorist organisations. Just so happens that the one at the moment claim that they're from there. So I'm sure, but that's something that really kind of winds me up actually when you think about it. Do you think when the IRA were going around that people were saying, these stupid Christians?
Yeah, I know what you're going to... Yeah, I know.
Do you know,
yeah.
Whereas now, the amount of people, and I know just from when we're out, the amount of people we hear say, oh, these, whatever, these Muslims coming around, but they're all terrorists and whatever. They're saying that now, but they weren't saying that when it was a Christian organisation.
I know.
So,
no, were they though?
Well, no. See, so
we don't know that.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is they claim that they were. But
do you think people use it as a anchor to be racist on?
Yeah, I think it's an excuse. Whereas so with Christians, straight away in the UK, you sort of, well, especially like IRA and all that lot. And I mean, the KKK, they didn't have any black kids in there, did they?
No.
Like, you've got a certain
difficult
thing.
Topic.
Yeah, it's difficult to say because I know I've probably said something now
that's probably upset some people.
That's upsetting people, and I probably said it the wrong way. I don't mean to offend anyone. I'm just trying to sort of.
You're just trying to say it in a way that's
across.
Real and factual as well, because you do have to talk about these sort of stuff. And
yeah, like you said, I think that people use the group at the moment that's most related to it as an excuse because they're just racist anyway, and this gives them a free
pass. Well, not pass, but
it gives them a free pass because then they can say that, and if you say, "Oh no, you're being racist," oh well, not because
look at this,
look at this, look at that. But you are.
You are, yeah. Obviously being.
It's just it's one of those things you just don't know how to. There's no way to counter it. And there's no way to prevent it, really. How are you going
Unless you stop selling knives, but that's impossible.
No.
Because, even if like...
I could run and grab your bloody vegetable knife from downstairs and stuff.
And even if... I think you do actually have to be 18 to buy like, even kitchen knives and stuff. But, that's basically, like, the only law. Like, you can't do anything else in terms of the law. Because people have to have knives for
exactly. What are you gonna? You can't
it's just
stop
a
selling
basic
knives.
thing. Yeah.
You can't not have a knife to.
Whereas a gun,
cut stuff.
What else are you gonna do with that apart from shoot stuff? Do you know what I mean? Whereas a knife, it's got you can use it in.
What's your thoughts on that? Do you think guns should be banned?
Yeah, I do.
In America.
Yeah. I don't know why they're not. That's just ridiculous. Like how can you let people carry something deadly around with them?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like knowingly, because knives you're not meant to carry. Like it's against the law to carry.
Yeah, you selling. If I was working in Tesco's or wherever, and then someone came up and bought a chef knife, a cleaver or whatever, and I think,
probably a chef or something,
make a nice bit of tea.
Yeah.
Nice bit of scran. And then I wouldn't think, this kid's going to be running down Birmingham High Street stabbing people up. No.
But obviously, if you're selling guns, then
exactly. If I sold someone a gun.
Okay, you could be going like clay pigeon shooting.
Clay pigeon shooting, you could be going to, like a range.
Yeah.
And like shooting targets. Fair enough. But then also I'd know.
But that has a potential to. Like, there's a much higher risk with a gun than a knife. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, well, exactly. Because a knife isn't. Even, necessarily, it's not actually dangerous in the way that. If you use a knife as it's meant to be used, it's not dangerous. You might, cut your finger or, whatever. But realistically, it will be, as you're chopping, you slip and you cut your hand. You'll bleed, you'll have a cut, it might be painful. Whereas to actually have any effect of it, it's not, you don't hear someone say, I slid the knife across them to kill them. It was, they're stabbing, so they're jabbing this knife in a method you don't use it as
Shouldn't use
normal.
it for-
Whereas
yeah.
a gun, there's one way to use it, and even if you're working in a range, if you go to a gun range and you're shooting targets and whatever, well, the chance of that thing blowing up in your hand, or
could happen, yeah.
or it, you know,
Or
anything,
someone like
you drop the gun and it goes off on
bangs,
the floor.
Yeah.
Like anything can happen.
It's a much more high risk, basically.
And it's not that you're doing anything different to like be able to kill someone. It's you're just using it as you use it to kill. I don't know if that's a stupid argument, but I don't know. Because I don't know.
There's much more death that goes on with guns in America than knives. That's a straight fact. And like, yeah, I just don't see why they still let people have them. But even if, say, a new thing came in tomorrow and they said you're not allowed to have any guns anymore, how many people will still have guns? Like, are you going to go around every single person's house, search every corner of every house, and take the gun off them?
with it now.
It's because it's already in the cycle. If they ban it today, it will take. I'd say it would probably take 30-40 years for all guns to be eradicated.
But they just won't be, though. There's always going to be
like
a black market
for them. And
there's already a black market for them anyway. But that's the thing, is no guns in the UK.
Well, there is.
There is, but like when you
Much
compare
less.
it, when you think about gang crime and compare it from UK to America, UK it's all knives.
Yeah.
So when you see these documentaries, they're wearing a balaclava and they've got a machete in their hand or something like that. In America, they've got a balaclava and they've got a shotgun and an Uzi.
Yeah.
I mean,
You can do a lot more damage with a fully automatic weapon than a bladed knife.
exactly. You use a
At the end of the day.
yeah. You got a gun. You can stand the other side of the street and shoot someone with a knife. You've got to be running up at them. So it's one person. Whereas you can just go bang and you've just, even if you don't kill anyone, you're doing a lot more damage.
Yeah, exactly. So obviously, I mean, I don't know about you, but I'd assume you agree with me when I say guns should not be illegal, a legal thing.
Yeah.
Do you think
Definitely not
accessible?
Yeah, they're too accessible, because have you heard all these stories of like this girl who this girl who went to go and buy like a bottle of beer or some cigarettes or something, couldn't get one, walked down the street and then came out with a handgun. She wasn't old enough to buy. She's not old enough to buy alcohol, but she can go and buy a handgun. Like that.
Yeah, I think I did hear something about that.
That is ridiculous.
It might not be a wives' tale, but it would happen anyway.
Yeah,
probably has happened.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. That is crazy.
I
think they just need to do more checks, because from what I've heard, I've never been to America or even been to shooting ranges, any of that. But from all like Joe Rogan and all these other people that I watch, he owns guns and he goes shooting a lot. So that's the issue. You've got the people who use it genuinely, because he goes hunting.
Yeah.
So he uses a gun so he can go and hunt for his own food.
You can do that in this country as well if you've got a valid license.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just a licensing thing. Maybe.
But I think that you hear all the stories of this guy going to buy a gun, and
it's almost like you walk in and it's the same as buying a bottle of beer. It's the same thing. You don't need any proof of identity to buy a gun in the US. You don't need any like background checks. You can literally just go into almost like a supermarket, but for guns, and just choose what you want. And as long as you've got money,
they don't do any checks. They should be doing like mental checks a lot, because even if the guy looks normal, you don't know if he's a psycho. He's just come out of a mental hospital or something, and then he's going to flip one day, or even if it's an ex-soldier, he's got really bad PTSD. How do you know he's not gone and bought a gun, and one day he'll have a fit, and then
you don't know what people could do.
That's the issue.
It's giving people something. It's giving people something to potentially go and do something with.
Yeah, but I think, to be honest, even if you made it illegal now, it wouldn't make a difference.
Oh no,
I think it's way too late. I think for the rest of forever,
it's still in the cycle.
I don't. Oh, you said 30-40 years. I just don't think it'll ever go now.
It'll probably go down.
It'll go down a bit. But the amount of guns that are out there. There's people who own like 50 guns.
Yeah.
So they own that. That's 50 guns for one per. The amount of people that have got more than one gun each, then they've still got it, and it's going to be passed on to their kids if they keep it. The kid's got it. He might give it to a friend. It's never going to go. I don't think. I think it'll be one of those things that's just America now.
Yeah.
They've got to sort of come to terms like we have in the UK, or slowly are coming to the terms that realistically knife crime's just going to be a thing, and we're going to try and do whatever we can to minimise it, but it's going to be a thing.
It's always going to be there.
Yeah. It's the same for that in America. It's always
I know that's like a bad way to look at it.
Yeah, it's bad, but you look at ways of minimising it.
Yeah.
But in America, they're going to look at ways to minimise gun crime, but it's always going to be a thing. And
if you're letting people buy guns, then... Yeah. And even if you're not letting people buy guns, they're
it's always going to be there, because that's just their thing now.
It's just in the... Yeah, like you say, it's in the, almost like a lifestyle thing to carry something with you to protect yourself.
Yeah.
It's like an accessory, almost.
The amount of people that carry them as well. For like no reason. They just got one in the car.
Yeah.
Jeez,
I saw this video of like this like woman like road raging. She had like a kid and this guy like I don't know she was getting really annoyed at this like guy and she like kept following him. She had like I think he was like only like 6 or 7. This kid, and she was like following this guy like and she was getting really pissed off with him. They both like pulled over. She was like arguing with him. She was just this middle-aged woman. She brings out like a handgun. Yeah. It's just like, Jesus. Like, that would never happen in the UK. You might bring, like, a baseball bat out or something, but even if
no one carries anything.
Something like that, you couldn't kill someone with it.
Exactly, that's the difference, is here, it's, again, stereotypically, but it's people our age, it's the younger people that are carrying the knives. You would not...
Just in that moment of rage, though.
Yeah,
If you have, like, a baseball bat, okay, you might hit someone over the head with it and, like, hurt them here. Mm-hmm. If you got a gun and you shoot someone, and after you think, "Oh shit, I just killed someone," like because in that moment you could potentially be, wanting to do that, or
exactly, yeah. Well, you don't know when the rage kicks in. You're not seeing
the worst thing you can do with, or even like here, if you like punch someone, worst thing you can do, knock them out, maybe.
Well, there's always a thing with punching. If you punch someone, they fall over, hit their head.
Well, yeah, but it's a lot less risk. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but then the comparison between guns and knives is. Like I say, it's the stereotypically the younger people are sort of age carrying knives, where like you said, a middle-aged woman with a young kid wouldn't be walking around with a knife on her. Whereas in America, they're walking around with guns. But
the only reason they're walking around with them is personal protection. Probably.
Yeah,
well,
it
would be
concealed carry permit or whatever it's called.
But that I was also whilst we're talking about that, I'm thinking, obviously guns are legal in the US and gun crime is much worse there. Yeah. If we think about drugs, you know how all drugs are legal in Portugal, and apparently it's much like better. Yeah. So that's almost the opposite. You've legalized something that shouldn't be necessarily or is frowned upon, and like drug use is like, and people who die from drugs now over there is much more lower. So that's like almost like the opposite of gun crime in the US. So I don't know like what you think about that. Like, should all drugs be legal and made by a government so you know they're safe, and you know basically you're not going to die from them? I mean, talking about like drugs as well, there was I don't know if you heard about it. I think we were talking about last night actually. That guy in Leamington. There was like a place near us, and there was a rave that a couple of our mates went to, and someone died from like I don't know if it was a dodgy pill or something. But obviously that if you legalise drugs, okay, it's like. Should you legalise drugs? But if you did, then his death, even if you took that pill, his death probably wouldn't have happened because it probably was a dodgy pill.
I completely think that it should all be legal. Like you say about Portugal, I'm trying to get this like sort of before and after.
Or something, yeah. I know it's definitely helped them. So like if you didn't know, in Portugal, they had like a massive like black market for drugs, and like people were like dying because all these.
They had really bad
drugs
heroin rate as well.
And they've literally, the government of the state have like legalised everything now, and it's like completely gone down. Like there's no death rates from drugs and stuff. I don't know if that's like something worth thinking about because I don't know. It's sort of like you're either one side or the other with that thing. I think I don't think you can be straight down the middle.
No, what I think well, say here you go. Portugal decriminalised personal possession of all drugs in 2001. So it's no longer a criminal offence to possess drugs for personal use. It is still an
offence to make them.
Offence. So if you make stuff, so that's what you're saying like about that pill. The fact that kid died is mainly because, and 90% of deaths from drugs are because it's illegal. It's cut with something weird.
Or it's too strong.
Exactly. No one has any clue what it is. Like, put it like...
You could think what you're talking about. It made me laugh because, like, some people that I know check all these, like, websites of, like, will this drug be okay? And it's like, even if what that website says. You don't know what
unless
the drug
you
you're actually
get an
taking
actual testing kit
Yeah.
to know what's in it.
So I know
There's
like
no
festivals do like testing,
Yeah.
like little testing centres now and stuff.
So
But it's just like you can't rely on a website
it's ridiculous.
to you know make a
If
decision.
it's
you're gonna
legal,
take a
everything's.
drug. If it's legal, everything's what's the word like? Looked at. What's the word? Monitored, I suppose.
Yeah.
So like alcohol used to be illegal, and alcohol used to be really, really, really strong, and a lot of people used to die from it. So they legalised it.
Regulated.
Regulated, that's the one.
Motherfucker. Yeah.
Regulated. Alcohol used to be completely illegal, and everything was really strong, and people like couldn't choose how drunk they got. Whereas now they've legalised it, you can almost choose how drunk you get. Do you know what I mean? By drinking like beer and stuff. So would that be the same with drugs? Could you?
Yeah. So, like I say, when everyone died because it was so strong, people that die now is because it's cut with weird stuff. It's way too strong. You don't know what you're actually getting. You're running the risk all the time. You watch all these shows of like people making cocaine or whatever. They'll make it and they put all sorts of shit in that.
It's just like Gordon Ramsay documentary.
Yeah. But then even like in the UK, they put extra stuff in it just to bulk it out to make like it's more. So they'll fill it with like talcum powder and all this stuff
And, like,
to try and
concrete
bulk
or
it out, and you have no idea what's in it. So if it's all regulated, so you go to a pharmacy and you buy it. And it's like in Amsterdam. You go into Amsterdam, and I've never been, but I've got a few friends that have gone. And they walked down the street. They sent me photos of this. So you walk down the street, and so weed and mushrooms are legal there. Legal, yeah. So obviously weed's weed, it's whatever, doesn't matter. Mushrooms.
That's for another topic.
Yeah, mushrooms are obviously a bit more like, right. So if I was to go down the street now and go up to a guy and buy some mushrooms, I would have no idea what's happening. I'd just, might say, well, last time I did it, I took this much, so I'll take the same this time. You don't know if it's the same thing. Whereas you go past this shop, it had basically a menu of all the different ones.
It's
and
like,
it had a chart.
Drinking beer, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you drink a pint of Heineken, and then you drink a pint of Heineken the next day, it's going to be the same effect.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, like you're saying, if you go to like a pharmacy or like a shop, and you buy like a pill, and then you do it again the next week after, you know what you're getting. You know what you're gonna have.
Yeah, and so what it is basically a menu. Here you go, I'm getting a photo.
What is this in Portugal?
No, this is Amsterdam. About,
okay.
Mushrooms.
Oh,
so since when it's legal there, you have this menu, and it's got all these different ones that you can have. Put it around. So you got these other things.
We'll put like a picture on screen.
So you have these other ones. So say this one, magic
so
mushrooms Mexican. It goes different levels. It says visuals, energy, body high, brain high, and it has a scale of.
And this is all like regulated
5.
stuff.
So it's all regulated. So if you go and you think, oh, I've only done it once before, I don't want anything insane, go for that one. Or then if you think, oh, you're not going to get something, and then not realise that if you think. Like if I wanted to go and take some, and then I didn't realise
what it was,
and I was like, oh, I just want to,
even if you thought you knew,
I just want a little buzz or whatever. Take it. You don't know if you just taken this other one. What's this one?
Some crazy
Magic Mushroom Hawaiian visuals are all the way up, body high and brain high all the way up. You don't know if you took that when actually you wanted the Mexican one, which is like low on everything.
So it just gives people a safe space to do something like that.
You know what you're having. You're not running the risk of having something and then after you've taken it, whoa.
And the good thing with legalising drugs as well is it pretty much gets rid of the black market.
Yeah.
Which is where a lot of, like we were talking about earlier, like knife crime and stuff, gang culture and stuff, a lot of that originates from. And that would it wouldn't eradicate it because you could probably get it for cheaper. But if they like made it like a legal thing, it would definitely like bring those numbers down, I reckon. But yeah, I personally think it would be definitely worth considering anyway. Especially
I think
at
so
Portugal.
because
it's a European country.
Here you go. Let's have a. It doesn't have the. You're going to get so much hate.
But what I'm saying is, it's been tried and tested in a like first world country. So there's like evidence there that it works, I suppose.
So these are just a few sort of bullet points. It doesn't tell me the exact amounts, but since they've legalised it, levels
level of drug use are below European averages now. Drug use has declined by those aged between 15 and 24. The population's most at risk of... That was the population that's most at risk of taking them.
Yeah, the age group,
So lifetime use among the population has slightly increased. It's considered because it's a least accurate measure.
I suppose it would increase though because
it will increase because it's legal and it's safe. So people go, well, I can use it. It's
just people's like thought process. Like, oh, it's legal, so I might as well. Now it's legal, I might as well do it. It's why people go over to like Amsterdam and stuff, because it's the same thing. You're still smoking weed or taking mushrooms as you would do here, but it's just because it's seen as legal there. So you know,
it's once it's legal and it's all regulated, it's just so much safer. Because even to the point of like heroin, the people that die from heroin, I read somewhere that it's actually not that kills them half the time. A lot of it's what they'll do because they're so desperate to get it.
Yeah.
And if you're going down dodgy back streets and speaking to dodgy crack dens,
weird stuff.
So you in a weird dodgy crack den, you shoot up, you pass out like they do. Then what are these other people going to do to you?
Exactly.
You're done. It's like if you have a safe place to go where you know it's good,
then you'll be alright.
Yeah,
and it will definitely. I mean, realistically, you never hear of someone dying of alcohol, like drinking too much alcohol, unless they're like full on alcoholic.
Very rare now.
But you know how people have like a one-off overdose on drugs and they die. You never hear that about alcohol, do you?
No.
Do you think?
What? So
unless you're full on alcoholic.
Yeah.
If you go out for a night and like drinking, say you drunk like a bottle of whiskey.
Yep.
You wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't die.
You wouldn't die because you could.
You have
your stomach pumped.
The amount you have to drink to actually die there and then. The risk with alcohol is that you'll be drunk, fall over, and hit your head.
Do something whilst.
Or be an idiot. Whilst you're on it. Yeah.
You might get
Right, here we go. I got some.
Risk of, like being run over.
I got actual proper statistics now. Today, the Health Ministry estimates that only about 25,000 Portuguese use heroin, down from 100,000 when the policy first began. The number of Portuguese people dying from overdoses plummeted more than 85%.
So that's what I mean.
85% of the country stopped having the overdoses because they know what they're getting. That's the big one for me.
Doing the same thing, and it might be a case that even more people are taking drugs than there was before it was legalised, but the actual death rate is just so much lower.
It's just like I said, I think personally that's the way everyone should go. Like, it just makes sense. Make anything as safe as you can, so then people are alright. Like you say about alcohol.
Yeah. But they do say now if alcohol was invented now, it would be illegal.
Yeah. Knowing what they know now, they're saying if everything went back, it would be alcohol would be illegal, weed would be legal. It's like, yeah.
But why wouldn't they do that now then? Do you think people would just like go crazy?
It's too late. Could you imagine the UK if they got rid of alcohol?
It lets people let off a bit of steam.
Yeah, but it's the exact same as weed.
Do you think?
People smoke when they're stressed and they're like you have a tough day at work. In America, they'll go and smoke a joint or whatever.
Yeah.
Here, we'll go down the pub and have a couple pints.
Yeah.
Because it's the same effect.
Yeah.
It's exact same effect on you.
Yeah, it's I think it's like, I don't know why it's not used like in other places, like legalised drugs.
No, I mean especially just weed. It's just ridiculous the fact that it's still legal.
I think it would. I mean,
it's going to be legal within the next few years.
It's allowed for medical use here.
Yeah, that happened last year. I think.
So surely there's like something.
Slowly get there. For medical use. Straight away, as in
anything, even if it's illegal, if it helps someone and it's used in the right way.
Exactly.
So I mean, that weed that they're using, what is it, CBD? Or TH? Was it?
What are we
to use for weed? What's it called?
Well, they've got both. It's got CBD and THC.
What's the thing they would use for?
CBD's medical.
Medical, yeah.
So THC's that's the molecule in it that gets you high.
Yeah.
CBD's the one that has the sort of medical benefits.
So
I've actually got CBD liquid now for a vape.
So you're allowed to get that?
Yeah. CBD's all legal. You go to Holland Barrett and you can buy CBD oil, so you drop it on your tongue and whatever.
Oh yeah, I've seen that
And
sort of stuff.
I only got it a couple of days ago, but I've actually noticed a difference. It does actually help.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
So mad.
Like I struggle with depression, anxiety, that sort of stuff. Mm-hmm. And lately, it's more been anxiety, like just stressing out over stuff. And it's got better anyway, to be honest. But since I got that, it was like you don't know if it's a placebo.
Well, that's what I was about to say. Do you think
you don't know if it's because I'm
even
thinking
if it's not helping?
Who cares? I couldn't give a shit.
It's working. Isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. But like in the morning, and it's not like a normal vape where you're gonna be smoking throughout the whole day. It'll be like in the morning you'll have a few puffs. When we're out at Spoons, I was like, oh my god, I'm shitting. This is gonna be such. Oh, not bleep that.
We'll bleep that out.
Terry.
But one person that you knew.
Yeah, a person that I knew.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, this is going to be awful. I was like stressing out, like, oh my god, I'm going to be out there and it's going to be so awkward the whole night. And then I just sort of took it out with me and then just had a couple of words ago and it just sort of chilled me out. But it's weird because you don't really feel it. It's not. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if it's like. I didn't know. I was like, is it just like you have, when you have a beer and you just sort of relax?
Yeah.
I was like, is it like that? Do you actually notice it, or
is it just, or is it a placebo? Do you know what I mean?
I don't know.
You wouldn't know. But like I say,
you can get higher strengths.
Yeah.
So I've got like the lowest one because I've never had it before. I didn't want to get the highest one and be skunked off my nut. But it does it just sort of chill, it like mellows you out and whatever. But CBD is the stuff that they put in creams.
You can buy also.
Yeah, so you can buy CBD like hemp cream, and like if you've got dodgy joints, you rub it on there and it helps it. That's what these people. It's still illegal technically what they're using because it's cannabis oil, so it's just actual extracts from weed, so it's still got THC, which is the bit that's illegal. But when you see these videos of the kids having like really bad seizures,
yeah, and then they have
these seizures, and they put drops,
patients.
They put drops of this cannabis oil on their tongue, and it just chills them out, and they stop shaking. They're not having the seizure anymore. What more proof do you need?
So I'm thinking it would definitely be 100% legal.
It would be 100% legal
in medical use if it wasn't related to weed. Do you know what I mean? Or is that where you get it from? The oil.
Is that where you? Yeah, it's sort of a mix of both. So it's not the CBD oil because that's been legal forever.
Oh yeah, no, but is that where you find CBD oil in a weed plant, or can you get it from other sources?
I don't know.
Because I don't know. Because if weed didn't exist as a thing and you could get CBD, then obviously people would be using CBD all the time. But I think it's just because it's like related to like weed. It sort of looked like or frowned upon almost.
Yeah,
a little bit. I don't know.
You have that thing, the sort of stereotype that just because it's related to that and it's got that in the name, it's known for it. People think, it's just a hippie thing. So you're just some kids who want to do. It's no, shut up.
But I don't know enough about it, so I can't really talk about it too much.
It looks like it. Basically, it's a type of molecule that's made out of. So cannabis is called cannabis because it's the molecule is made out of. I don't know. Is it cannabinoids?
Right.
Something like that. That's like the molecules that make it up. Cannabinoids or
sounds like a made up word.
I can't remember what it is. I can't remember how to say it properly. But that's what it's made out of. So CBD, THC, they're all cannabinoids. So I think it's just a chemical compound that also happens to be found in weed.
Yeah.
But so they're the two most prominent ones, basically.
Fair
so it is from, but it's not like you have to grow weed plants. And
exactly.
It's not like that because if you grow a weed plant and then like made it into oil, you'd be getting
CBD.
Cannabis oil, which has got the THC in it as well, so you would get high off it.
So you have to separate them.
So it has to be separate. So I don't know how they get it. No. So look.
Your internet history is going to be flagged up on like the how to extract fucking all these oils from. But I don't know. Yeah, it's definitely like I think it's a very good thing that it's allowed now to be used.
Yeah, medical wise, it just should be. It's just ridiculous. Like I say, like you look at those videos. How can you not make it legal after you see a guy having fits on the floor
so much,
and then it helps them? And I've seen people get. I've seen these documentaries. People get arrested for giving their partner like giving them actual weed. Like they give them a joint and they smoke it, and their Parkinson stops or whatever stops, and then they end up getting arrested for it.
Yeah.
And the fact that I don't know what the prison said. I think it's like 4 years. 4 years for a plan.
Possession of.
What about if you caught with a bottle of lettuce?
Yeah.
What are you gonna say about that? That's the same thing. Yeah, let me walk around with lettuce and then they arrest you.
What we're going to talk about now is something different, completely different, and it's basically music, or the state of music. Now, me and Luke have got pretty much the complete polar opposite taste in music. I think you'd admit, like, we respect each other's like taste, but we do have completely different music taste, which is quite good.
Some of it.
Yeah,
some of it
crosses over. Like sometimes, like we'll send like each other like bands and stuff, but the stuff that we do send each other is quite like niche almost. It's that like not heavy rock stuff, but it's like a little bit poppy as well. And pretty much that's the only thing we can agree on, I would say. Like I like you know how you listen to like Tool and like people like that. Like I can listen to that, but I wouldn't say like I'd go out my way to listen to it.
I'm gonna say the thing is with you, I think you appreciate the musicianship of it all.
Oh yeah,
but it's just not something you can enjoy sitting down listening to.
So like for me, I'm a massive like I like a lot of electronic music and like that sort of stuff. But obviously you're metal, rocky. Is that what you'd say?
Yeah.
And we taste else, but anyway, basically.
But I mean, mine's so over the place, to be honest.
I think everyone says that, but there is certain.
Everyone says that, but then you say,
people just say that so they sound musically knowledgeable, but actually, it's not necessarily the case. Like I've got a lot of, like you say, we both got a lot of people and a lot of different genres that I like to listen to, but there is always going to be like one or two specific like genres of music that you're always like the most fan of.
Yeah. So like I can listen to everything. Like went out and bought a bunch of vinyls the other day. My main thing that I listen to, so if I'm got my headphones and I'm out walking somewhere, it'll be heavy metal, thrash metal, hard rock. Yeah. Disgusting music. So that's like my sort of thing. But then I went out and bought a bunch of vinyl a week ago. I got 2 Chicago jazz albums, a Pink Floyd album, a band called Blue Oyster Cult, who are like a old school like rock sort of 60s, 70s, I think. Yeah. And then the Moody Blues, which again Beatles sort of era. Right. But so I can go from jazz to metal, rock and roll, so like Elvis stuff, like everything really. I like even like dance music, electronic stuff. Yeah. I don't mind that either. Yeah.
But basically, what the point is the main point is the state of the music, the pot of contemporary popular music at the moment.
Yeah, you see, this is gonna be one of those things.
This is gonna piss a lot of people off, basically.
Yeah,
that's what we're gonna talk about now.
And this is gonna be something where me and James are probably gonna disagree on it.
100%, yeah.
Right. So we're gonna go through the Grammys and go through like sort of the main awards, and then I'll read out all the nominations and whatever, and then tell you who the winner is, and see what you think.
Okay, but maybe first we should
talk
about briefly what you think the state of what are your thoughts on popular music?
Oh shit!
Just as really, completely.
Yeah.
So could you not?
I'll name artists that I like.
But is that just because that's your music taste is not popular as much as other music? Do you respect that? Do you respect why?
I know why people like it.
Yeah.
But it's just because that's what you've been force fed.
You're not saying all say something like Post Malone you really listen to.
Yeah, I like Post Malone, but then when I think pop music, that's not what I think of.
Really?
No.
That is popular music, though.
But Post Malone's a one-off. Because if I look at all the other rappers, I like Stormzy. Don't mind a bit of Storms. But any of the Lil rappers can fuck off.
Mm.
Right? Lil Peep, Lil Pump, Lil Yachty. Stop.
But then
Get a creative
people who
name.
listen to that sort of stuff would say the stuff that you listen to, and
Yeah.
potentially stuff that I listen to, like weird electronic stuff,
But then
is shit as well.
But I would go back to that and like, yeah, maybe you enjoy that. But if you want to argue musically, and if you separate what I do and don't like, musically speaking, it is shocking.
Mm.
It's the same beat for every song.
Yeah.
Like, everything is just, you do a hi-hat roll, and then you do your 808, and then there's a snare on the... It's the same on everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're not doing anything creative. Like, rap-wise,
It's very similar stuff.
I like rap music, so Eminem, love him. Because it's actually, musically,
And it's
the
creative
beats
and
are
it's
insane,
unique.
the lyricism is insane, the way he flows in rhyme, that's like, if it's good, I can appreciate it.
Mm.
But all these lil rappers where it's the same thing and they're going that's not music.
What it is,
but it's shit.
yeah.
I just don't get that. And then all this auto-tune stuff. See, I like Post Malone, I know he uses a lot of it, but like, I don't agree with... I know there's a certain genre, so Post Malone is in that sort of auto-tune rap genre.
Yeah.
But when you hear auto-tune on singing pop songs, that's when it annoys me.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And then, so I mean, just going through. So, I mean, who would you say are like some of the most popular? Like, if you'd say pop music, who's the first people you'd think of?
Well, like Ed Sheeran.
Hate him.
You don't like him at all.
I like his 2 early albums were great. They're like anything after. First album was really good. Second album had a couple good songs, and then this. What was the other one he did? It did plus
Divide.
Divide.
Number 1 was number 6 collaborations. I think.
Yeah, number 6 collaboration's awful. Didn't even get past one
Yeah,
song.
I don't think that was the best thing he's ever done, to be honest. But
And then
can you not like?
Divide. I know why people like it, but
Do you appreciate the like creativity and like the artistic license that they have?
I don't pretty well. Ed Sheeran I can because I know he writes his own stuff and he does it all. But
Take someone like One Direction.
no,
No, see, I don't think that's good. I don't think it's fair to call someone a band when they don't play any instruments.
no.
All they can do is sing, and they were all rejected as solo artists. Now, to be fair to them, they all have very good solo,
Yeah,
like artists. You know,
but this is actually I don't know what it's called, but there's one Harry Styles song that's actually alright.
yeah. Like
I can't remember what it is.
Is it Adore You or something like that, or like
It's
Watermelon
like-
Sugar or something like that?
I'm sure it's like the video is him like flying or something.
I don't know, but he has
I
got a
can't
new album
remember.
out, and I've listened to that, and like
Came out. A
it's
while
good.
ago,
It is pretty decent. Like it's not, but for me, I try and like, because obviously I want to try and get into the music industry. I try and like respect all types of music.
Yeah,
I think you have to,
I'll give
but-
it a time of day. I'll have a listen.
but
I'm
you're
not-
also allowed to say that's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
That just sounds like
Yeah,
absolute shite.
exactly. Like, it's I wouldn't not listen to something just because it's classed as pop. I'm not like a snob. I'm not like, oh, that's not in my genre, so I won't like it. If I listen to, like I said,
Yeah.
if I listen, like normally I'll hate autotune stuff. I gave Post Malone a go and I really like it.
Do you think that's the problem with pop music though? Is people only listen to it to be viewed as someone?
I think a lot of it's a social thing. Yeah.
Straight down
So,
the line sort of thing.
I think it's so people can go and be around their friends and pretend they go, oh yeah, what a great
So
song.
you see guys like all these people, and they've got like their speakers in
the
like
UK.
town, and it's all like this like rap music. Do you think they just listen to it so they can fit in?
Yep.
Like most of them probably don't. Well, they might enjoy it. Like fair enough.
I think they like bits, but I'm sorry, is there anyone, and let us know if this is you, but and I can appreciate it in a nightclub or at pre-drinks or whatever, but who goes, I'm just going to have a nice lie down, relax and listen to some drum and bass?
Yeah, but that's not necessarily what people do though.
No, but like, as in, but like these people that walk around town in their group, like people around here, they walk around town with their groups
yeah.
with their phone going,
But they're obviously just playing that so they can
Like-
get attention
like
from other people.
crazy like wubs and what. No, there's no
They're
way.
not actually listening to the music. They're
There's
just
no
doing it
way
for
that they go
attention.
home and lie down and relax to that.
No. Oh no, they don't.
It's
Because
like-
but that's not what that music's made for though. You have to remember as well.
Yeah, but like what? But like when they're walking around, they're like that. Everything they post has got like these drill rappers and all that. I just think you're pretending
You're
that
playing up
that's
to
your
something you're not.
favourite music. That's like what you love the most. But then my favourite music, I go home and listen to it. I just can't imagine. Okay, fair enough, they might not relax to it, but I can't imagine anyone being sat around on their own listening to Mackie G.
No, I know.
But like, okay, so right, Ed Sheeran, his first albums I didn't mind, but then after that he just lost me. He was just
So you're not a fan?
from Divide On, that was awful.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's good, but it is very like straight down the line. There's a lot less creativity with it. I think, I don't know.
What I really appreciate about his first record, especially, is it like subtleties and lyrics and stuff. So it wasn't straight up, "Oh, I love you and you love me." It was like all these weird sort of, he's saying one thing, but actually you can figure it out, and it's not. It's like now he's dumbed down his lyrics. I think that's what it is. I think he's dumbed himself down so more people understand it.
Yeah, probably.
For like mass appeal.
Yeah, it's mass production at the end of the day.
Like, what's that? I can't remember what it's called now.
Because he's a very talented artist.
Oh yeah, you can't. Yeah, he's talented because he can do all the loop stuff and play guitar and sing. And yeah, he's a talented guy. It's just
like, I could never write anything like that ever.
No, it just annoys me when people change, and it might be a personal change. I might be having no, but from the outside looking in, to me it looks like he's doing it just to.
There's obviously been something said,
get
for like
into
a record
mainstream.
company or someone.
It's like he's done it to get more commercial.
Yeah, it's almost like he's writing to sell instead of writing to write.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of popular music, I think, at the moment.
But so many people fall into that trap. Like, most people probably won't know about this band, but Marmozets, band that we both really like. Their really early stuff was like weird, what's known as math metal.
Yeah.
So there's like weird time signatures. It's all choppy, changey, goes all over the place.
Stuff. But that's very.
That was their early stuff. Then they released their first album, Weird and Wonderful. That is such a good album. That it's just like
again,
amazing.
people are going to disagree with us if someone now went and listened to that album that doesn't like that sort of music.
Oh yeah,
they'll be like, "This is shit."
But
for us,
I love that album. But then what annoyed me about them is that was their sound. That it was still heavy. It had a bit of that math metal thing.
Sound,
to me was like they've now figured out who they are. Then and keep building on this. The next album came out, and I said to you, all I could think the whole time listening was they're trying to get on the radio. And fair enough, but where's your integrity?
We obviously don't know if they've done that like for a personal decision, or if someone said, "Right, we're going to sign you up, but we want you to make a bit more music that could actually feature on the radio a bit more." You know what I mean?
I just if I was in a band and someone came to me and said, "Right, so this next album, I just want you to make some nicer songs that we'll be able to put on the radio," I'd say, "Get out, go away."
Yeah. Like, but it's the same thing we've said before about famous for being famous. It's like, keep your integrity, do something that you actually are proud of, instead of doing something that will just make you a load of money. You know, there's a fine line. I think there's a fine line.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I've listened to a lot of Ricky Gervais stuff, and I know I listened to probably overplayed it, but as Ricky Gervais, as a person, I quite agree with a lot of the stuff he says.
Oh yeah,
and he always says stuff like he'd rather make something that if other people don't like it, doesn't matter because he's proud of it and he's actually done it himself. He knows that he's put 100% into it.
Yeah, there's a Kurt Cobain quote which I absolutely love. It's short. It's just I'd rather be hated for who I am than loved for who I'm not. Yeah. That is so true.
It's very
apply that to everything. Just change that. I'd rather be unpopular for what I am than popular for what I'm not. I would rather not be as big an artist, have a smaller group of fans
that actually
really appreciate it, than have a huge group of fans but I'm not doing what I want to do. Because then you've got a big group of fans but you're not happy in yourself, and that's never going to last.
No, exactly.
That's just a downhill.
You just fall out of love with what you do.
Yeah, you can't do anything if you don't properly enjoy it.
You shouldn't change yourself or change what you do because of what other people want you to do. What
other people think of you.
It's good to take people's advice on board and listen to what other people say, but you shouldn't just change completely what you do.
Yeah, exactly. You just got it's integrity. Stay to yourself,
because then you'll lose fans that you already had, and you might not necessarily get new ones either.
No, yeah, exactly.
If you're talking about like a band or something.
Yeah.
But, it's just one of them things. But anyway, that was a bit of a long-winded. We're going to talk about the Grammys, well.
Yeah, we're going to.
Yeah, went on a tangent there.
So the whole state of music, I personally think it's a mess. I think that when you look back through the years, and it's actually been studies shown that it depends what you define as music, but someone's done actual comparisons, and I don't know all the fancy terms, but it's got less actual musical elements in all music now.
Yeah.
Like pop music, so chart music.
Yeah.
Less musical elements. So technically, it's got worse if you're to look at it in that standout way.
So do you think there's being, in simple terms, less classics being written?
Yeah. How many?
If you look back,
how many songs do you think? So even from when we were kids, 2000s, how many of those songs now can you still remember?
Not many, to be honest. Like
and
5 or 6.
And when they come on, you go,
because
yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily think that my kids will listen to the music we listen to now. Really?
You really think in 50 years we're still going to be going, oh yeah.
There might be a few, like we said. I think we said this before, like Adele, maybe. She's quite like she writes pretty good stuff.
Yeah,
like,
Adele's
quite timeless stuff.
Yeah.
Some songs anyway. And there are a few like artists I could probably say maybe would live on, but not like 80s and like 70s, 80s.
No,
like,
if you look back, so right, 60s,
like
so you got Beatles, Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
That's 60s, the two main people. Then
Yeah,
you go
I suppose
70s, and you got Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath.
Mm.
And then you go 80s, and that was a star punk.
Yeah.
So Sex Pistols, The Damned.
But you got, 80s just probably a golden year, to be honest.
80s
is that just because that's what our parents was from? Is that?
But we're still talking about them now. Not it's just us. So that, and then 90s, Oasis, Blur, all that indie movement, and then I guess raps that's when rap sort of mainly kicks off. 2000s, the people that I think when I say that would be Eminem, 50 Cent, but I don't think he should be credited more, but I don't think he'll be remembered. Things like Arctic Monkeys,
Rihanna, maybe stuff like that as well.
Yeah, I think Beyonce is going to be that one. Sadly, who stays around.
I've listened to Beyonce stuff and like
shocking. Her early stuff was great.
But she's there's only a few records that are massive.
Yeah,
other other stuff are quite like not well.
What happened to early Beyonce? I loved early Beyonce. Whoa,
yeah. And then you look at like someone like the Beatles discography, or like Pink Floyd's, or like even like someone like Queen or someone like that.
It's just the fact that
it's just like they've got like
that's the music that was popular
records.
Then. Like think about the fact that in the 70s, like just take Pink Floyd, they were like mainstream music.
But is that just because times change though? Times
change, but
you can't expect
just complexity of music.
People get bored of the same music as well.
Yeah, but it's just so music now is so dumbed down compared to that.
Yeah, but
anyway,
is that a good thing though?
No, because it's like makes it easier for anyone.
Yeah, no, I think agree.
It takes away.
If you think about how many people, I mean, anyone can make music now.
Yeah,
as well.
Anyone can make music, but it takes away from that thing. That's why we don't any longer. I'm obviously biased because of the bands I like.
At the end of the day,
but any longer, we do you really?
Music is an art.
Think of legends of the game, right? So again, I'm going to be biased because of who I listen to, but you're going to have Paul McCartney and obviously John Lennon and all that. Look, they're not here anymore. So Paul McCartney, Ozzy Osbourne, Robert Plant, Jimmy Page, the guitarist, Dave Gilmour, Roger Waters. All these people, they're like legends. And when people
are they legends to you and not people?
But I think if you ask anyone to look back through history, Mick Jagger,
people can recognise that
their names are just gonna, and it's the fact that they're from a band, and it's not like Beyonce. Yeah. It's you're in a band called the Rolling Stones, but everyone still knows who Mick Jagger is. Whereas I don't know, who's a band now? Little Mix.
I don't know. I wouldn't be able to say their name. But then, is that just because we don't know?
I don't know, but I just can't see anyone.
They've got like mental fans. Little Mix, and like One Direction.
Yeah.
people say that they sold more records than Beatles.
Oh, it pisses me off.
It doesn't mean that they're better than the Beatles by any means, but like, think about like, because obviously a lot of girls like One Direction. When they get to like 30s and 40s, will they still be raving about them, thinking, "Oh, they were an amazing band"?
To be fair, I guess
Is that how times change?
One Direction have just probably like the take that over now, aren't they?
Yeah.
My mum's
Like musically looking at it, it wasn't amazing. Like they have like teams of writers that write popular music that they take.
I read somewhere it's like 2 people that write like 90% of pop music.
Yeah. I think it's well. I mean, that might be a bit of an exaggeration, but
no, it's 100% facts.
Definitely.
So yeah, that's just my thing. Is what happened to having these super groups, these huge famous legends of the game? How come? I mean, again, it's not popular, but I think everyone, even if you didn't like that music, everyone knows who Ozzy Osbourne is.
But do they though?
Yeah, well, your sister wouldn't know him, but
yeah, that's what I mean. People like that.
But like, how many? If you were to walk down the street and ask 100 people, who do you know who Ozzy Osbourne is?
Maybe we should do that.
How many people do you think wouldn't know him? I can't imagine, unless you get some really little young kid who's just not.
If we're talking about people over the age of 16,
yeah, 16 and above.
Most. Well,
everyone's heard the name.
I suppose so, yeah. But it is a household name.
It's just you're not going to have that. I don't think
people might have heard of him, but do they know what he did?
Do you think when was that? That was 70s. So everyone listening to him now. They're about sort of mid 50s, 60s.
Yeah.
Probably people sort of grew up with that. So when we're 50, 60, do you think people are still going to be going on about Liam Payne?
Yeah, it's unlikely, isn't it? But then you do look at some of the. Have you ever watched like Top of the Pops on TV?
Yeah.
You look at some of the stuff from the 80s and you think that is shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, some of it's awful. But then it's awful. But then
so
they're not the big names that you remember.
No. But then I think that's with everything as well. Take like YouTube or like anything art for me. 99% of it is crap.
Yeah.
You get that 1% that's like amazing, but 99% of most art, music, YouTube, like artist. What was it? Painting, illustration,
creative.
What do you call an art? Yeah, an artist.
Yeah.
If we're talking about like drawings.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about music, so it could be music artists as well. But 99% of it is rubbish. 1% of it is like that hidden gem sort of stuff.
I was going to say, not everything you release is going to be a Hey Jude.
Yeah.
But there was a lot more Hey Judes back in the day.
But was there though? That's the thing. Was there? Is it just because we only listen to the good stuff now? Because we filtered all the other stuff out?
But it's just, why was that popular then? Like, why is that popular then? And now we've got Little Mix.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, again, I might just be being biased.
Again, it is personal opinion as well at the end of the day. You know, some people might say that, you know, the 2010s were like the best music ever written. Some people might
probably
say
be
that.
smoking something, but... Right, well,
anyway,
let's get into basically what we can do. Go through the Grammy Awards. I'll read out who's nominated, and then how about this? I'll read it out. I obviously know who's won them, and then see who you think would win.
Yeah, I don't think I know. I didn't really look at the Grammys, to be honest. So.
Yeah, so I'll go through. I'll read out who it is. You tell me who you think it is, and then what you think about the fact that these are the songs that are sort of suggested for it. Right?
Okay, so tell me the award first.
Okay, so this is Record of the Year. So it goes to the artists, the producers, engineers, everything.
Okay, okay.
First one is Hey Ma by Bon Iver. I've never even heard of that.
Neither. But again, this is difficult because we've got our own opinion.
Yeah, but we'll just do it like, personal
I think I have heard that actually.
Personal preference.
Can you play it?
Phones are recorded. Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I haven't really heard of that. But
I've not heard that. I mean,
it's not bad.
It's not bad, but best record in the whole year, really? Should it be up there with them? Okay, so yeah, that. Number 2, Bad Guy, Billie Eilish, obviously.
That's just a popular song, I suppose.
Yeah. 7 Rings by Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
Hard Place by H.E.R. or Her. Again, I've got no issues with that. It's alright. Not amazing, but...
But will you listen to that in 50 years' time?
Nope. Then the next one is Talk by Khalid.
That didn't come out this year.
I'm
sure that didn't come out this year.
But if it's released any time past
Oh,
the
past
year
the Grammys,
before's Grammys, then it's in the thing, yeah. Old Town Road. Obviously.
Again, yeah. I mean, that was different.
Popular. It's the one featuring Billy Ray Cyrus, that one is. Truth Hurts by Lizzo.
Okay.
And then Sunflower by Post Malone.
Who won?
Who would you think would win? So, Hey Ma, Bad Guy, Seven Rings, Hard Place, Talk, Old Town Road, Truth Hurts, or Sunflower.
Oh, I actually do know this now. It's Old Town Road, isn't it?
No.
Oh, is it not?
Bad Guy.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
What do you think of that?
Not happy, really.
You're not a fan of Billie, are you? I love Billie Eilish.
You actually do like her?
I really like Billie Eilish.
I haven't listened to enough stuff to say I don't like it. But from what I have heard, it's not
Not your cup
my
of tea.
favourite sort of music, no. That's fine though. Like I don't disagree with that because I understand that like a lot of people like that sort of stuff. And it's very different to what anyone else did.
Yeah, exactly. Yes,
I kind
pioneering.
of respect that.
That's the type of thing. This is where I see people now that we might talk about. Maybe not Billie Eilish, but someone who's taken her style and evolved it.
It is different. It is. It's
The fact that these other people were so big is because they're pioneers of a genre.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, so next one is Album of the Year. Yeah, I by Bon Iver. Norman fucking Rodwell by Lana Del Rey.
What? Lana Del Rey?
I didn't even know she had anything out.
No, neither.
When We Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? Billie Eilish's album.
Yeah.
Thank You Next, Ariana Grande. I Used to Know Her, that H.E.R. her person. 7, the Lil Nas X one. 'Cause I Love You, Lizzo. And Father of the Bride, Vampire Weekend.
I reckon it'll be Billie Eilish again.
Yeah.
So she's done very well, to be fair.
So she's got best, what was this first one?
Best record.
Best record of the year.
And album.
And best album as well.
I suppose they do...
Kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah.
If you've got the best song, people are going to like the album.
Yeah.
Well, you think so anyway. But she's beating out people like Lil Nas X was huge.
Biggest song ever.
And Ariana Grande.
Technically, in terms of streams.
Really?
Yeah, the most streamed song ever.
There's another one. But
yeah, no, that is... I think that's actually... quite like the Grammys because it does not necessarily just look at popular music. I know that is a very that is popular music. But I think if we go on some other awards, we might find that
yeah,
it doesn't necessarily look at all pop.
So you got Song of the Year, but that's Billie Eilish again, Bad Guy. It's the same as record, basically. It's a few different...
You got anything else?
Best New Artist,
Billie Eilish.
Billie Eilish. But she was in there with Lil Nas X, Lizzo, Maggie Rogers. Never heard of them. Blackpoon. I don't know. Best Pop Solo Performance. Spirit by Beyoncé. Bad Guy by Billie Eilish. Seven Rings Ariana Grande. Truth Hurts Lizzo. You Need to Calm Down Taylor Swift.
Ariana Grande, maybe? Or Beyonce, even?
No, it was Lizzo.
Okay.
Truth Hurts.
Again, I haven't seen any of these performances.
I'm not...
And I can't really say because I haven't listened to...
Yeah, I'm going to say some of these we don't even know, yeah. Best Pop Duo Group Performance. Boyfriend by Ariana Grande and Social House. Does that make sense to you? Do you know?
No. I don't know who Social House are.
Sucker by Jonas Brothers.
Oh, yeah.
Old Town Road, obviously, Lil Nas and Billie. Sunflower by Post Malone and Sway Lee. And Senorita by Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello.
What does it mean by performance? Does it say?
Does
that mean live performance or just...
No, it just means as in just the
song.
The way they went together, I guess. Yeah, the way they put the songs together, made how they worked together.
Senorita.
Old Town Road takes the cake. which I think's right. To be fair, actually, I think that's the best one on the lot.
Did you like that song?
Yeah. Well, not kind of. It was like one of those
one of
kind
them
of slowly grew on me.
Got overplayed.
Yeah.
Eventually, though, as per most big songs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
so let's see if we can get some better ones. Best vocal album: The Lion King, Beyoncé. When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go, Billie Eilish. Thank You Next, Ariana Grande. Ed Sheeran's won, and Lover, Taylor Swift. Big surprise, Billie won.
So she's won. So she's got a lot of stuff.
She's destroyed. Yeah.
So do you think that's where music might go? Is that sort of
that sort of
It's
alternative?
still got that pop.
It's got
aspect to it.
It's got the pop aspect, but it's bringing in stuff from trap rap, like the way the beats are.
Yeah, it's
and then the vocals are really sort of. I think that the vocals and lyrics are a lot like the sort of old emo stuff. It's the same thing, but just sort of rebranded.
She's a bit like that, isn't she?
Yeah. See, I don't know if you'll know all of these because I personally don't know them, but it's best dance recording.
Oh, go on.
Linked by Bonobo. Got to Keep On, The Chemical Brothers. Piece of Your Heart, Medusa featuring Good Boys. Underwater, Rufus Do Sol.
Yeah.
Midnight Hour, Skrillex, Boys Noise, and Ty Dolla $ign.
I don't know. I mean, I would want obviously PC Heart to win, but I know it didn't because I saw their Instagram.
Who?
PC Heart. Medusa. You know. I need a piece of your heart.
Oh.
But I don't know actually. I genuinely don't know who would have won that.
That was Chemical Brothers.
Oh, okay.
Are they good?
Is new music out?
Are they got new? I don't know. Maybe. I always see that and I think of My Chemical Romance.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Best Dance Electronic Album. LP5 by Apparat. No Geography, The Chemical Brothers. Hi, This Is Flume, mixtape by Flume. Solace by Rufus Du Sol. And Weather by Tycho.
Was it Flume?
No, I wish it was actually because I quite like Flume. No, Chemical
Flume's
Brothers
good.
again. But Flume's good, yeah. Don't care about that.
Flume is I don't know if you listen to any of his really early stuff, but it's like it almost sounds like he didn't know what he was doing.
But I quite like that sort of really loose.
But I didn't know if it was because he didn't know what he was doing or if it was just like deliberate. But it's really good. It's really cool. Like if you read some of the YouTube comments on one of the songs, it's like, does he actually know what he was making?
Yeah.
But that's why it was so good. Almost.
Yeah.
It's like happy accident.
So this one's a bit more getting towards what I would be into. Best rock performances, right? So I don't think you know any of these people, but I've not heard this song. This is the song that won. It's This Land by Gary Clark Jr. So I'm going to stick it on because I've never heard it. I might have heard that guy
Won
before.
2 Grammys for it.
So he won best rock performance for that.
Probably best rock song as well. Maybe. I don't know. But that's like
best metal performance. Tool. Thank you.
your love affair with Tool.
Oh, fucking love them.
What do you like about them so much?
They're just amazing. They've got great lyrics, great artwork. All their songs just are so weird and different, and the musicality, everything about them is just amazing.
People who haven't heard of them, how would you explain? It's just sort of like like
I would class them into
rocky,
progressive metal.
Yeah.
So if you know like Pink Floyd, they're known as prog rock, where it's basically the song starts a certain way and it slowly builds up and layer on layer. It's like that, but with heavier music, so metal. And Tempest is an absolute banger. It's the longest song on the album, 15 minutes something.
15-minute song.
So good.
Jesus.
Honestly, it's such a good song. But that whole new album's just insane. Yeah, so if you've not listened to them and you like that kind of music, or if you don't, listen to it and see what you think. Because
Trying to sell the... You're like a bloody promo guy.
Honestly, I'm get a tattoo of them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, get a tattoo of him. Best rock song was This Land again. But they're also up against Fear Inoculum, which was another Tool song. But I wouldn't have classed that as rock. I
No,
would put
but
that
does it
in
just come under that like big umbrella
It's-
of music?
Well, it just says best rock song, whereas they weren't even nominated for best rock performance, but best metal performance.
Okay.
So why?
Maybe they're just looking for people to put.
I don't know. Maybe. Yeah.
I don't know.
Best rock album. I don't even know. The
So I'm
Cranberries.
surprised. I'm quite surprised Tool didn't win that. Were they nominated for it?
Not for that one. No.
What, for rock album?
Best rock album. No.
Have they got a metal album?
I don't know. Possibly.
Maybe.
Here we go. So, actually, no, you don't know them. Basically, okay, in this, Bring Me the Horizon was somehow nominated. AMO? Ammo?
I got it on vinyl.
Fuck off.
Yeah. Remember, I bought it with you when you bought me when you bought me Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon.
See, I buy him good music, and then that's what he gets himself.
Not Gordon. No, it is really.
So they were nominated, but the winners were Cage the Elephant with their album. I quite like Cage the Elephant. I've had a few songs, it's alright, not amazing. But the band, you might quite like this band actually. I know that they've been nominated for a couple now, Rival Sons. Like a proper bluesy like rock band.
Might be worth a listen.
Might be worth a listen. Ooh, our boy Anderson Paak won. Best R&B performance.
Yeah. I think it's quite a good
I like Anderson.
good artist actually.
Yeah, he's really good. Again, he's kind of creative. The way he's fused a lot of things together.
It's that sort of stuff that's I just respect, to be honest. But
Best R&B album. Try and have a look.
R&B.
Bit of R&B, but not loads. Best rap song performance. Trying to see things that have actually got people that you know. I mean, do you know much about? I mean, these are just rappers. Chancellor Bennett. Do you know who that is?
No.
See, I don't know.
I'm not clued up on my rap stuff. Maybe I should be.
And there's country music. Don't know anything about that. It's pointless.
Anyway,
basically got through all the ones that are sort of the mainstream.
So
the takeaway for me is, yes, I love Tool, but the fact that they're winning a Grammy, for those who don't know anything about them, they've not released an album in 13 years. First album they released, and every album they've ever done has been Grammy nominated and Grammy winning. And the fact they can come back 13 years later after their last album, that's a whole...
I mean, that's a
the
new
whole
generation
game
of,
has changed then.
fans and stuff.
Yeah, new generation of fans, but then everything music industry's completely changed for that. And they can come back and still win Grammys. So it's like, for me, that just makes them proof that they're like one of the greatest bands. Because they can...
Even if they're not necessarily the most listened to.
No, exactly. They're not most listed, but it's just the fact that they can come back into a new generation, basically, of listeners and still be at that level.
So, like, take One Direction, for example. If they come back, I don't know how long they've been split for, but if they come back, leave it another 10 years, probably not be the same. Like, they wouldn't be able to do the same as they did. It's the consistency as well, isn't it? But I don't know.
And then that's what I took away from that. Is that, you know, they've spread across, but then also, like we said earlier, it looks like pop music is going Billie Eilish's way.
Potentially.
Billie Eilish.
One off.
It might be, but she's. This is the first year. Well, I don't know. I don't keep clued up on every year, but I would have stereotypically thought the people winning best pop records and all that out of the nominated ones would be Ariana Grande. She didn't win a single Grammy.
Yeah, definitely that sort of.
Ariana Grande. What is it? Lizzo. I thought I can't stand her, but Taylor Swift.
I know. Yeah, all these
Lewis
people.
Capaldi.
Well, Lewis Capaldi's quite a new artist, though.
Yeah, but these are all people that style of music
should still be winning.
That's the
Taylor
style of
Swift,
music
I mean,
that stereotypically you think Grammy. That's what it'll be.
Yeah.
You know, like
But
that's
maybe
pop
it
music.
might just be the case that they haven't released much music in the last year.
No, but that's yeah. But even not just those specific, but not those specific artists.
No.
But people who have that style.
Yeah. I know
That's who I straight away would think best pop up records. That'll be that. The fact that there's someone new, which I wouldn't class as pop, I'd class that just as its own thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of rap. It's kind of not. It's like a weird. She's like doing something really new.
So that sort of stuff will become.
And
potentially more
I
mainstream.
I hope that will come through. Yeah, hopefully.
Maybe. Hopefully, no record labels try and change the way she does her stuff.
Thing is, she does it all in her room.
Yeah.
Have you seen that? She still lives with her mum. She's in a room. Her
Like
bedroom
a
is about the
studio.
size of this.
Yeah. Like.
And she's got to be a multi-millionaire. Come on.
Oh yeah. She's like 18 years old.
Her bedroom is the size of this room, and she's got a desk there, and that's where she's recorded all her albums. They took on Carpool Karaoke. They took her in. It was crazy.
Mental. But it just shows what you can do as well with like a computer now. You don't need like fancy instruments.
Well, she got big when she was 16. Was when she started kicking off. It's crazy.
It's mental, but yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
So is that going to wrap up today?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Sick.
So
Well,
on that note, pop music is shit.
Only your thoughts. I think it's
There's some exceptions
very
to it.
subjective as well.
I think we're in transition at the moment.
Is it subjective or is it objective?
Subjective.
It's very opinionated. You think we're in a transition, mate? Maybe that is the way. You should have done that the whole podcast. But yeah, that's basically going to round off today. So thank you very much for listening. If you did get this far, we hope to do this sort of weekly if we can.
Yeah, hopefully like a weekly thing.
Maybe get some people in as well.
We'll do eventually.
That have got some interesting stories or just want to share opinions and things. And if you could let us know what your thoughts are.
Give us topics to talk about as well. If there's anything you want us to talk about, any questions or anything,
touch on anything that we've talked about today as well.
Yeah, we can revisit and all that.
If you disagree with us,
don't let us know because we don't want your opinion.
Yeah, get out. No, obviously we're joking. It'd be interesting to see because
I'm not.
Yeah, to be fair.
No, but just let us know in the comments. Tell us anything you want us to look into.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Give us a shout. Thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you in the next one.